show us the edge. Yes. The chip on the shoulders, the fight and the passion that comes from within. Whoa. Try to win on every level. Yeah. Expectations high. Gotta show them you can fly. Play harder, better, smarter. Baby, put the league on notice. Show me the edge, yeah. Play with the edge, yeah. Show me the edge, yeah. Play with the edge, yeah. Show me the edge, yeah. Show me the edge, yeah, yeah. Whoa, and see the walk of shame enough. Wanna see the walk of winning time to come up and bring out the outlaws. Don't every play, every possession. How bad you want it, love, you want it all. This ain't a blood of love, built for something greater. Attacking all obstacles, coming for the ring, my precious. You got the juice, the will, the heart, the fire. Show 'em the proof, show 'em the it shall be done. Show me the edge, yeah, yeah, yeah. Play with the edge, yeah. Show me the edge, yeah.
You're listening to the Pelicans Postgame Report on the PRO Media Network for all things Pelicans.
Shout out to the fam, man, for all things Pelicans. You're now tuned into the Pelican Postgame Report, PPR, representing the flocking nation. Stand up, Pale Nation, man. Even though right now you got nothing really to stand up for, but don't care about that. Don't worry about that. Get up, stand up, flocking nation. We up in this thing. Shout out to the fam. Appreciate y'all being up in this live as we're doing it like we always started to do. PPR, man, we kind of slid it from Friday to Saturday, man. I like this vibe. I like this energy a little bit better. So big ups to the fam. Appreciate y'all for being in the stream. We'll cover a little news, notes, and items that had happened recently with our Pels, man. Shout out to all you guys. Appreciate you. Young City 9, big ups to you. What's up, Lonnie? What's poppin', fam? Brother Hakeem, salute, my brother. Good to see you in the building. Big ups to you, fam. Appreciate you. I see you, Jordan. Shout out to Jordan. It's good as well. Listen, fam, they had a few things, man, we're going to go over in this episode. Lex and DC, they'll chime in a little later on. But listen, fam, some interesting stuff, man. We're also, this is our live stream where we open up the phone lines, the lines of communication. So I'll be posting a link right after, during the news items, fam, for those who want to chime in and get their thoughts on what the Pelicans, what did they think about the Pelicans thus far? Personnel decisions and moves. What are your takes on it as well? We'd love to hear from you guys. Tedra, shout out to you. Good to see you in the stream. All the family members popping in, please feel free to hit the like button. If you please, give me a retweet if you're on Twitter. We are multi-streaming across several different platforms. So salute to all you guys. Hope you're having a fantastic and beautiful Saturday, man. It is beautiful where I'm at, man. It's hot. But listen, it's still pretty out there, baby. Let me tell you something. I'm kind of starting a little late, man. I had some errands to run on Saturday morning, so we up in this thing. So anyway, let's get it popping and twisting, man, with this article right here. NBA trade rumors. Now, this happened a little early on in this thing. What's up, Molly Mall? This happened a little early on with trade rumors. The Pelicans, Brandon Ingram, discussed in talks with the 76ers and the Rockets. And this was a report that was done, I think it was by one of the Rocket outlets out of Fan Nation, were saying that that the Pelicans offered BI in trade for Sengun, the center for the Houston Rockets. So anyway, let's cover this. And then I got quite a few other things I want to go over with you guys as well before we open up the phone lines. Brandon Ingram is reportedly available for teams looking to make a trade this offseason. Kelly Eagle of The Athletic reported Thursday that the Pelicans are dangling the forward in trade discussions. Why they got to be dangling? We just say he's available. Hey, yeah, he dangling. Hey, you want him? You go and get him? No, come on. All right. Although the Houston Rockets rejected moving Sengun for Brandon Ingram. Now, this is one report. They were saying, and New Orleans also reached out to the Sixers in such discussions. What the hell do 76ers have that we want if it's not Tyrese Maxey? You know what I'm saying? What the hell they got? And I'm not, upset about them doing their due diligence, but I just don't see, unless they're, saying, hey, man, y'all won't get rid of Tyrese Maxey. Yeah. And of course, 76 like, nah, we ain't looking to get rid of no Tyrese. We keeping him and Embiid. We got something popping right here. We want to add around it. But it's also a rumor that I don't know how true it is, but they said that they reached out to Charlotte about LaMelo. So I don't know how true that is, man. But a lot of stuff could be popping and twisting around this time. A lot of smoke screen information as we getting like within about a week of the draft. And also, just to let you know, fam, we got some draft content, man. I've been kind of editing it down and everything. But we did the stream already, and I'm just breaking it down into chunks and bits for our prospects and all that stuff. So that'll be coming out real soon. Don't be surprised if y'all see one tomorrow or later on tonight, depending on when I get finished with it. I'm just about done. Houston wasn't interested in trading Sengun. Isn't particularly surprising. The 21-year-old looks like one of the most promising young big men in the league. He averaged over 21 points a game, 9.3 rebounds, 5 assists, 1.2 on the steal, less than a block per game, while shooting almost 54% from the field last year. Good numbers. He only figures to improve with more experience, but the Rockets reportedly didn't think Ingram was worth losing out on the future production. Ingram just one more season remaining on his contract before he could leave in free agency. The current iteration of the team has also largely been a story of what with injury concerns and early playoff exits, so a major move could be in order. Trade Ingram this offseason would allow the front office to avoid a situation where he leaves next offseason for nothing significant in return, all while reshaping the roster around Zion Williamson. So, yeah, this is the part of it. Philadelphia being connected also isn't surprising, as it is not exactly a secret that the team is looking for a third star along with Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey. And actually, and to be honest with you, B.I. would look pretty damn good in Philadelphia with that mix of talent. You have Embiid and Tyrese Maxey and B.I. That wouldn't look bad. But, like I said, they don't have anything unless they're going to operate a 3-team trade or something. It has been connected to the likes of Paul George, LeBron James, Jimmy Butler, and Ingram already this offseason, as it looks to build a team capable of taking advantage of the urgency of the situation when Embiid set to turn 31 years old next season on a franchise that hasn't been past the second round of the playoffs since 2001. Ingram may not have the resume of George, James, or Butler, but he'd be a far from a consolation prize. We talked about his in 2019, All-Star averaged almost 21 points, almost 6 assists, 5 rebounds per game, while shooting on just over 49% from the field, 35.5% from downtown, still just 26 years old. His skill set could play alongside the Embiid and Maxey nicely, and the Pelicans are reportedly ready to make that happen if the 76ers are willing to pay the right price. The right price, if you're the 76ers, is Tyrese Maxey. We don't want Joel Embiid, but Tyrese Maxey, and they're not going to give up Tyrese Maxey. So what the hell are we talking about with the Sixers, man? Only maybe in a third team trade, perhaps. But man, hell no to that. But the Sengun thing, very interesting that they would try to go after Sengun. Offensively speaking, is very gifted, but defensively, not exactly what you're looking for Willie Green's system. Are these people talking to each other? And to me, when you ask me and we do this is what we do. PPR, man. The Willie Green system, to me, even though Sengun, offensively speaking, is a very good guy. He got the 5 rebounds. What's he having? 9 rebounds? That's not bad. But defensively and switch all, I don't know if he would be the type of player. And the Pelicans have an opportunity right now to get said center that fits Willie Green's system. Like we had, obviously, Jonas Valanciunas wasn't it. He opened up the second quarter on the bench. And his minutes went down and down and down as we got closer to the playoffs. But there's definitely a type of center that you would want to fit the switch all philosophy. And man, I just hope they get it right this time, man. It ain't no turning back this time. This is the interval where you got to get it right. They're resetting the team, which means the first iteration failed. You got to do it the right way this time around. The next time around, David Griffin has got to make this pop, man, because they have not announced a general manager yet. They have not announced any damn thing yet, but they have been looking at NBA prospects as the draft is facing us. Been seeing a lot of movement from a lot of teams, but nothing from the Pelicans. They have been totally quiet on many fronts. But anyway, let's keep it popping and twisting. Let me play this for y'all because this is from Chris Haynes, man. Y'all put one in the chat, see if you can hear what Chris Haynes is saying. This is what he said about B.I.
C. Connick asked about Brandon Ingram. Definitely a name that I expect to be moved by the summer. Where? Don't know as of right now. I've heard of some teams that have inquired. Again, I don't want to say a team right now. I don't want to, I don't like just putting out BS just to put it out. I would like to do my due diligence. And so, but Brandon Ingram is definitely somebody I expect to be moved over the summer. They got Trey over there, Trey Murphy. I think he's ready to take that next role. I was just with him not too long ago in Atlanta. He's a spacer. He's somebody who fits well with what New Orleans does in the offensive end.
All right, so there it is. That's
I think all those signs point to Brandon Ingram probably being out at some point in this offseason.
Yeah, this was and really it's good, and I like listening to Chris Haynes because he's one of these guys that will do the homework. Now we've had like the whole situation that happened with that dumbass fake news that came out a year or so ago about the Pelicans trying to trade Zion for Scoop, the point guard that was with Paul, that old dumb stuff. Then you heard all of these people. You didn't hear Wojnarowski, you did hear Chris Haynes, but you heard all these other dudes sitting up here putting out all this crap. And I was like, man, don't y'all fall for that dumbness, man, that old nonsense the whole damn time. And people are like, oh yeah, they're going to, man, nowhere in the world, man. But the craziness is like, of course they got to get rid of BI. Of course. I mean, you got to get rid of him because you're not going to pay, you're not paying him. Like, well, Q is, he's a good player. He is a good player. But they're, right now, you're not gonna pay BI. That's just, we knew they weren't going to pay him. So they know this over early on. So if you want to get something popping and snapping and twisting, it has to be a move where he has to be moved in this offseason so you can acquire a talent or a piece that fits with Zion Williamson. Remember, you're resetting the core. So if you're going to get a piece, a really good piece, it has to be with BI. It's not and eventually they will move CJ McCollum. When you reset the core, the three guys that's making $30+ million, BI and then CJ, Zion is not going anywhere. So you got to get the best player or maybe two players that you possibly can from Brandon Ingram. You have to flip them. Now he has trade value. I don't buy all this stupidness about him not having no damn trade value. That's a bunch of BS. Brandon Ingram is 26 years old. He's a guy that averages 21 something points a contest, and you put him in the right core, the guy can ball. He can ball. Now they're looking at him kind of in a negative light because he had an off playoff series where he didn't do as well because he was coming off of injury. So he just didn't look as well as he was supposed to look, and that was very obvious. But nothing was wrong with CJ McCollum. I hear all them twisting and turning and burning up BI on the grill, but you don't hear nothing about CJ McCollum and what the hell he did in the playoffs. I ain't hear nothing. All the smoke in the world for BI, but not a damn thing for CJ McCollum, who was brought here supposed to be the guy that's supposed to help you in a situation with the plus. He's supposed to be the guy to come in with the veteran and all this kind of nonsense. Shit, where my button at? Shit. That part. It didn't work, baby. So, I mean, like when you reset the core, they're getting rid of BI. They got to get a player for him to pair next to Zion Williamson. They need a floor general. The last several years, the Pelicans been operating by point guard by committee approach that works at certain intervals, and then it doesn't. You're going to have to address that position. You got to get somebody that can set the table and be a guy that can play some defense, a guy that can hit that 3-point if he needs to, that kind of thing. You need to have some of that. Because we already have first-round draft picks like Trey Murphy III and Jordan Hawkins, who needs to see the light of day. The guys, we have some shooters on this team that will accentuate the gravity in which Zion plays with. So that's something we have to look out for, man. But, hey, man, BI's got to be the dude. You got to get a good player for BI. And like I said, the Pelicans don't want no picks. Like, we give you 5 picks for, no, man. We need a player right now because – Griffin's been here for 5 years. That's half a decade already, 5 damn years. And you in 5 years got 2 playoff appearances and nothing else. Nothing else. A ton of injuries here, a ton of injuries there, and just all this kind of foolishness. And now very pivotal. offseason with Trajan Langdon taking the VP job in Detroit. You bringing in a new general manager. You know, you got another assistant job that you got to fill in the administration. You got key moves and things that need to be made from a player perspective. And we talking about resetting the core. Fam, resetting the core means putting other star talent around our major star, which is Zion Williamson. It ain't a small feat. So plus they got a nail at the draft. And then they have players like Najee Marshall and some of our bench guys that are, you know, that's going to be, you're going to have to either sign somebody or either develop some of the guys that you've been sitting on your ass with, like EJ Liddell and those guys. Something, you see what I'm saying? So, and then counterbalance that with the fact that the Southwest is getting better. How do y'all feel? We're going to talk about the trade that happened with OKC in Chicago. Well, Caruso went back home, and OKC was already a very good team already. And then you put Caruso, who's a good defensive guy, as well as he can shoot some of them threes. So, you know, that's also something you look at. Dallas, they're going to be more involved in trying to get some stuff going on too. And I heard some rumor, man. Y'all put one in the chat if y'all heard a rumor about I don't know how true it is, but somebody said, I think that was, I don't know, I ain't gonna say it was DC, but somebody sent me something saying that Dallas was interested in trying to get one half of the Splash Brothers, Thompson. I was like, oh, I don't know about all that. But then again, man, it is that time where you see a lot of nonsense. But anyway, let's keep it pushing and as well as Lex. Lex, what's happening, baby? She's popping in, joining the stream. How you doing, Lex?
What's up with you, Big Q?
Chilling. Was running some errands, but I'm in the building and good to have you in. Big ups to all the fans. I see you, Jarrell, Booker Mac, and all y'all. Appreciate y'all. I see Hakeem always dropping the facts, man. Hakeem got a good mind, man. Michael, shout out to you as well. But listen, fam, let me get into some of these things, and then I'm gonna turn it. Lex, I'm gonna want to hear what you have to say because we covered the Ingram, Sengun, and there was also some smoking stuff about the Pelicans inquiring about Nick Claxton. I know that's one of the players that you were pushing, that you would like to see them at move and make moves as well. And also, there's another player that kind of jumped up into the mix and talking about here's Chris Haynes. I'll let him tell y'all about a player that he thinks that the Pelicans will be interested. Here we go.
Is expected to have ample interest.
Hold on here. Having a little problems with it. Hold on. Let me get it to start all over again.
I'm told is expected 5.5 seasons with Philly. His role kind of fluctuated at times. You know, there were different stars brought in. You know, there was the emergence of Tyrese Maxey, where Tobias Harris' usage rate, you know, fluctuated and it went down at times. And, you know, Tobias has taken a lot of scrutiny in Philly. But one thing about Tobias Harris that I can say about him, that he's always been durable. He's always been a stand-up guy. He's always been a great locker room guy. And he does give you production. Now, is the production what you want of your second tier star? You know, I think that depends on just how much he's being used, how much his offensive talent is being played into factors. So I will say this: you know, you got teams that I expect to have some interest in Tobias. I will mention, you know, Utah, Detroit, San Antonio, Dallas, and New Orleans. You know, Dallas and New Orleans, those will probably have to be sign and trade type scenarios. But those are teams that I'm hearing that are expected to have some level of interest in Tobias Harris this summer. And you know, he's a guy, again, remember, he came off of a big contract. Remember, he's with the Clippers, then got the deal over to get to Philly. So he's a guy who's 31, still has a lot of game left, and it's all about the right fit with him. It's all about the right fit, the right culture, and you know, he's motivated to prove people wrong. That's what I do know. He's motivated to prove people wrong. I know people think that his best years are behind him. I think he would oppose that. So you know, Tobias here. What I can say, I don't see a scenario where Tobias will be back with Philly. I think I can say that for sure. But, he's going to have ample interest. Those teams I've mentioned, those are some of the teams that are expected to show interest once free agency gets underway.
All right, there it is. Straight from the horse's mouth, so to speak. Chris Haynes saying that the Pels could show interest in Tobias Harris. Now, I know Tobias Harris doesn't work for cheap. He don't work for cheap. So he's saying it's a silent trade for Tobias Harris, man. So I don't know how this will work insofar as what the Pelicans are looking at doing. Because I don't know. I don't know. Tobias off the bench. It depends on how much, man. Pelicans money wise, the sign and trade, all this kind of stuff. But I don't know. Maybe y'all put it in the chat how y'all feel. Y'all feel about Tobias Harris as a Pelican, man. Y'all let me know, man. I'm not too really if Lex chime in on this, because I'm not too sure about Tobias unless you can get him for the right price. And perhaps Tobias Harris is a player off the bench that helps the Pelicans, because in my mind, and let me see if y'all let me know how y'all feel about it. In my mind, let's say, they pull off a trade, and then it's all congruent with what happens with Brandon Ingram if they trade him for a point guard or whomever. Let's say they trade him for a point guard. I say the point guard would be the guy that is number one. Then you have point guard, in my mind, Herb Jones, not Christian James McCollum, but whoever the point guard is, they trade for BI at point, obviously. The two would be Herb Jones. 3 would be Trigger Trey Murphy, 4 Zion, and 5 whatever the center is. So if a Tobias Harris is a sign and trade player, according to Chris Haynes, then to me, I would be thinking that he would be a person that you more than likely would see as a bench guy. You see what I'm talking about? And if that is indeed the case, oh, damn, man. If we willing to do a sign and train, and then again, I don't know, man. I like Tobias Harris's game. I just don't know. I don't know if Tobias Harris price would fit with what the Pelicans got going on. The price, because we got to crunch this numbers a little bit here, and the sign and trade, all this nonsense. So Lex, let's talk about that. Tobias Harris, how you feel about Tobias?
You want the positive version or the negative version first?
Okay, give me the non-positive first, and then clean it up with the positive. We all about positivity today. Come on.
Hecky no. Okay. Hecky no. No. Okay. Not no. No. Okay.
Hell no. I got you.
No, man. We Pelicans don't want this dude. He's too inconsistent. I don't even care what he's asking for. The Pelicans need players that can have a level of consistency, and I don't really consider him a star. He's a straight up role player to me. I know somebody said on a good team he's like 4th option. I don't even think he's like a 3rd option. So if you had a 4th option, you're basically like a role player, like a decent role player, I guess, or a pretty good role player, however you want to define it. But yeah, it's a no for me. This dude really does not. He doesn't rise to the occasion in the playoffs for real. He disappeared. When he disappears, I mean, it's like magic. Like he disappears, like for real, for real. So, I mean, really, I think he's at a lower level than CJ and Brandon. To be honest with you, I don't really favor anything about his game. I mean, he's just too inconsistent. It's like bad. Like, hey, are you going to show up today, Tobias? And I know, like we talk about how guys on the Pelicans already, they're inconsistent. Okay, take their inconsistency and multiply that by like 5 or 10 with Tobias. Like this is a definite no. And then like he was making all that money. How much was he making?
Oh no, I know he doesn't work for cheap. Let me look up his contract, Lex, but I know Tobias Harris don't work for cheap, man.
Okay. Well, yeah. Well, shoot. If he ain't working for cheap, but his game is.
Yeah,
Uh, I
he
ain't
might
trying
have
to
an
be
old
mean or
school
nothing, but
name.
we
He
don't
might,
need and really what Chris Haynes was saying. Pelicans do not need. I'm not. Look, if you tell me a player is a good human being, he's a good guy, he's great in the locker room. I don't care about that. I really don't, because the thing is, this team has too much of the same personality. Everybody on this team is supposedly a good human being, doing community work and all that stuff. Nobody cares about that. That standard that comes with the job description. You know what I'm saying? Like that comes with being an athlete. So the thing is, like, this team needs something else, a different type of personality. Again, that dog mentality, that dog personality, just kind of ruthless, mean, edgy, whatever you want to call it, choosing violence. That's or like the great Jerry West would say, we need wolves on this team. Like, literally, we need something else. But I don't really care about, his personality, all this stuff. I mean, his game is already not there, but there's nothing about his game that screams out like, hey, if we add this guy to this team, he's going to make a serious change. He's going to change the complexity of this team. At this point, we need someone who can have a strong imprint for Pelicans basketball. That's what this team needs, and he's just not it.
yeah, he's a free agent, and according to what I'm looking at, his sport track is showing him a free agent. Man, but that guy last year was making over $39 million a season. Are you kidding me? His
That's
contract
worse.
is
That's
that
worse
good?
than CJ. And I told you
He was
I
making
feel like his skill
$6 million.
set and his game is lower than CJ. So in that department, CJ doing great.
His contract was a 5-year deal. They signed him back in 2019. 5 years. It was $180 million. And the last year of his deal was $39.2 million.
Big
That
Q.
they was paying Tobias Harris like that?
Get
Almost
this.
40 million?
Get
Boy,
this.
oh
This is for
boy.
everybody in the chat. Remember when Jimmy Butler said, Tobias Harris over me? Y'all remember that?
Mm-hmm. I remember
The
saying that.
76ers chose this dude over Jimmy Buckets.
Man.
Think about that. They chose him. And look, when Jimmy came to the 76ers, Jimmy, what did he do? He changed the complexity of that team.
He did.
He
Really did.
really elevated them to a whole nother level, man. But they chose this guy over Jimmy. And since then, Jimmy has been to the finals how many times?
Shit,
Not
wasn't it
one.
yeah, it was every year, wasn't it? Every
He
year?
went there twice.
Yeah. I want to say it was almost every year.
Yeah. Either he got to the second round or he got to the second round or he got to the finals.
Yeah, in many cases, he was a playmaker that assisted with them getting there. He was actually one of the persons that have helped them elevate them and put them in a certain standard. When they were struggling, they went to Jimmy
Mentality
Buckets.
and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Jimmy was a dog for that team. And the 76ers, man, they messed up bad because they chose this dude right here. They chose Tobias Harris over Jimmy Butler. That's
Man,
crazy.
I didn't know that man was making no $39 million last year.
That's crazy.
$40
Because
million.
that's when he got that contract. Yeah, because Jimmy wanted to stay, but he knew Miami was interested in him. And, they were like, he was like, what? You chose that dude over me? And he said it just like that.
Yeah.
He even said it when he went to the finals, too. He repeated that jump.
Yeah.
Like, y'all chose that dude.
That's, man, That just shocked me. I didn't know. I knew he had a nice contract. I did not know it was almost $40 million. I did not know that. That was ridiculous for Philly to pay him that kind of bread, man. That's ridiculous, man. Big up. Well, big ups for Tobias. Old school name, new school robbery. I mean, he was able to get $180 million out of the 76ers on that deal, man. You know, nobody wanted to touch that. But this is what Chris Haynes is saying, is that he is getting information saying that the Pelicans, there's interest. The Pelicans are going to look at Tobias Harris. So maybe at a cheaper rate, ain't no doubt about it. Ain't paying them no $39 million, but they can look all they want. According to him, there's also several other teams. Hopefully they land them before we do. And you talk about forking over some money, man. I would rather try to see if we can retain. I know it's it's not impossible, but a lot of people see it as probably not going to happen, is Najee Marshall. I mean, we basically raised Najee up in the Pelican building. He turned into a phenomenal player for us. And if you won't throw away money, give it to Najee. At least you'll get something for it. At least he'll show some heart and grab Jimmy Butler around the damn neck or something. I mean, he'll show some kind of heart. Shout out to you, YO, man. Thank you, bro, for the super chat, man. Appreciate you. And also, you got another one there that says, it's crazy that I trust DA over Willie. Nah, thank you for that. Appreciate you, fam, for the super chat. Yeah, this is as Chris Haynes is saying this, man, about the Pelicans showing interest in him. And like I said, this is going to be pivotal. The Pelicans going to have to step up and do it the right. We got to do it the right way. You know, if this is the season where you're going to trade one of your stars, you got to get the right player that fits what you got to do. And if you got to find a center that goes along with Willie, you got to make sure you get the right player that fits Willie's system. Stop getting people who Willie can't use, like when they signed Cody Zeller. Me personally, I like Cody Zeller. I think Cody Zeller ain't getting near enough minutes. And when he was out there, he had an impact. He was out there running the court. He was out there blocking shot, making passes. He was doing what he was supposed to. But he wasn't the guy that Willie Green wanted in his system. So let's just make sure before we decide to sign. I know this sounds very elementary, but before we decide to go out there and say, hey, man, let's go get this guy, can we just have a conversation with the coach and whoever the decision maker is and getting the personnel get together, which is David Griffin, and say, hey, man, listen, this is the kind of guy that I need for the system and this type of thing. This is what I'm talking about, as opposed to going and get guys that don't fit and you trying to fit the pieces. And then Willie ultimately are not going to play these guys. So, I mean, it's just, I know that sounds simple, man, but that's what the hell we've been dealing with. And also some more news before we go to the phone lines, man. The Pelicans, it's reported that the Pelicans did work out or plan on working out big Tyrese Samuel. That's a report, that tweet that happened, that the Pelicans are supposed to be one of many teams working out Tyrese Samuel, who is a big 6'10", 240-pound big as well. And this is among the many people that the Pelicans work out. And he's from Florida. He's a fifth-year center. He's projected to be a second-round selection there. So we'll see if the Pelicans perhaps have a little plan to try to acquire some second-round picks. Maybe they can pay for him because you can get him that way. Pros for his game in terms of what Samuel represents is this off the ball, like a scoring motion player, you know, getting excelling at scoring off of motion plays, good rebounder, good shot blocker, defensively okay, but could be better. But he's a guy that don't have much of a shot in terms of away from the basket, that type of thing. If you're looking for a guy that shoot threes or shoot something that's 18, 19 foot, that's not that guy. His work is done mostly around the basket, very athletic. Do need to work on his defense, but, you know, 6'10", 240, athletic, big, that does, you know, that can be physical, does seem to be a guy that can run. You want a guy that can run. So a lot of stuff, and this is what the Pelicans looking at. And there's also other, and this is the list otherly of what the Pelicans are looking at. Some of these players, Kevin Cross, Ryan Dunn, Zach Edey. These are guys that they worked out or are supposed to be working out. Yevis Messi from Baylor was one we talked about. Jonathan Mokbo, Tristan Newton, Hunter Salas, Baylor, Sharman, Tyler Smith, Naquan Tomlin, and Jalen Tyson from Cal, which is that dude is awesome. He's a guard though. But these are some of the players that the Pelicans have worked out. So that's a bit of game right there from the Pelicans right now, man. And in terms of what they are doing. And like I said, next week is the draft. And the draft, of course, for the family members who don't know, the draft has been broken down into 2 days. And I think it's Wednesday and Thursday of the upcoming week. So we'll see what the Pelicans got planned, man, if they can nail the 21 pick in the first round, man, and see what they do with that. So very interesting, don't you think, Lex? With the Pelicans, your Pelicans are trying to put in some work. We haven't heard anything, by the way,
I know.
motion or moves about who's going to be the new general manager. We haven't heard really anything by the Pelicans, and this could be something where they just all of a sudden roll it out or whatever, but we haven't heard
anything about the new head coach, the new vice president of basketball operations. We haven't heard any of that.
I don't know if they got one. I mean, it was supposed to be Bryce, but we haven't heard that. And that was a while ago since.
You didn't get what I was saying, Big Q.
I got it.
Look, let alone the assistant coaches. You know what I'm saying? What, the trainers?
Well, we can still get Freddie V back though, don't we? We can still get Freddie V, didn't he? Because he accepted the top assistant role with Detroit and with Monty Williams, and there ain't no more Monty Williams. Monty Williams is gone. So does that mean Freddie V could come back to? I don't know, man. I don't know how that works.
I think. Look, it's funny because I've seen more action from Trajan since he left the Pelicans. And because it's been 3 weeks. That dude's been moving. He's really trying to, set things straight over there. And while he's setting things straight over there, it's like, obviously he's taken a few people from over at the Pelicans to over there. But it's like, what are the Pelicans doing? Again, just kind of sitting, waiting, chilling. I don't know. But there's no action. There's no action right now at all. It's a lot of subtraction, but there's no addition or anything right now. So I'm trying to figure out. And plus, trades have already happened. People re-signing guys. Obviously, Sacramento with Malik Monk.
Yep.
What's his name with the Pacers? Siakam
with the Pacers, right?
And then even with the Thunder, man, I see how it works both ways, but man, that was a steal for the Thunder. The Thunder won that one. They won that with Caruso,
right?
That was just crazy because you have a 3-and-D guy that's confident on both ends, and he's a veteran. And if you look at what the Thunder did this year, they're ready. They really look like they're ready. It wasn't like a cakewalk when the Mavs played them. So they're definitely going to be back. Like, they on a mission for real. So that was a good deal for them to bring in a proven veteran that can really show up and show out on both ends of the floor.
Yeah. I'm looking at the projected Thunder depth chart here, and it's showing SGA, Alex Caruso, Lou Dort, Jalen Williams, and Chet Holmgren. That's not bad at all, man, to be honest with you. And then the crazy part is Alex Caruso started off with them in their G League affiliate under the coach that's coaching the OKC team now.
That's probably why he want them.
Right. They know exactly what they're getting here. And plus, it was a little scandal surrounding Josh Giddey anyway. You remember games where he'd be in arenas and they booing him?
That was but you know what? It seemed like the organization was kind of assisting in that a little bit. I guess I don't know if you want to call that, they were backing him or something or trying to
they can trade him.
But
keeping them clean till they can trade them. And they got him up out of there. They got him up out of there. It was a scandal around it, and I remember people booing Giddey in the arenas. I remember when he came down here, people would boo him every time he touched the ball. So Caruso getting him back, and Dagnall, the coach who runs OKC, man, they definitely, and they still retain some of their players, man. they are they'll be one of those teams that we have to be able to take care of, and we got to handle business with OKC, man. They on that hit list, so to speak, in terms of have to get even with them for what they did to this embarrassing 0-4 sweep they provided and ran us out of there. We got to handle that business, man.
One thing that I can definitely see, because it's almost like he's basically like their Derek White, how Derek White is for Boston.
Right.
But everybody on their team now is a threat. Like their starting lineup, because Giddey, he wasn't really a shooter. You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of guys played off of him.
Mm-hmm.
He would attack the inside, or he would, or pass or something like that. But now you look at the roster, everybody's a threat. You can't help on nobody. Everybody can hold their own defensively and offensively for the most part. And that's really how Boston is set up. So you can really look forward to teams to start making every position, everybody's got to be lethal.
That's right. Yeah.
Anytime a team wins the championship, that means that becomes the blueprint as far as winning a championship. Just like when Denver won, everybody was, beefing up on their size. Well, now, if you look at Boston, they're lethal in every position. They're defensive guys. They're offensive guys. You can't leave anybody open.
Yeah.
You can't do it.
Yeah.
And that's where it's going right now. Like you got to be able to have it all. You can't just be, if you're one dimensional, like, dude, you better hurry up and get two dimensional.
You know what, Lex? It's all
help a whole lot.
It's also the thought process too about what happened all year long with the Pelicans, and I have not forgot this. And I don't want the flock to forget this either. The fact that the Pelicans have a reputation of being a soft team. All you have to do is get physical with them, and you get them all out of their game. So I mean, that's what OKC did. OKC got physical with the Pelicans. They did it during the regular season.
All up in Brandon's head.
Yeah, they did it during the and see, that's the thing too. And that's been somewhat not just year, but even last year. I remember with Draymond and others would kind of talk about the Pelicans' soft mindset. And Jimmy Butler and all these people challenging the toughness of the mental toughness of the Pelicans, and then they get physical with them and get them all out of their game. That's something that has to change. And see, that's that goal that kind of feeds into that nice human beings, good choir boy nonsense that David Griffin is festering there. We don't want no choir boys, man. Now listen, we need people. We need balanced people. Okay, balanced people. People that are warriors, that know when to turn the warrior on. You get what I'm saying? That type of stuff. We don't need a bunch of damn choir boys getting pushed out of here, or you get physical with them and knock them off their game. And we still have to address the fact that the Pelicans were 0-27 with games leading into the fourth quarter. That's something that has to be addressed. So all of this stuff, all of this weak, flimsy talk about, listen, we have to toughen that up, man. That has to be toughened up. That has to be, because they have a reputation of being soft people, soft teams. So you get physical, knock them all out of the game. We got to change that, man. The Pelicans got to change that all around. We just got to, I don't know what we got to do in terms of David Griffin, because he's not going to stop calling people good human beings. Everybody a goddamn good human being. I'm pretty sure I'm not a good human being because I always call him out on his BS. But that good human being rhetoric is absolute garbage and nonsense, man. That's bull, and that's not what we need. Now, I'm for togetherness and all this other stuff, but man, you got to have warriors that's ready to go to war. You got to have that. They got such a good thing, Lex, is good warriors. You know that. Now they got good warriors that know when to turn it on in the heat of the battle, man. You know, we got to deal with that. But anyway, you want to say something to it? But I got a couple of the family members we're gonna bring up. If y'all got just pop in, go ahead, Lex.
Yeah, the attitude reflects leadership. You know, if you don't have that dog like, attitude or warrior like, or, getting physical and things, or being mentally tough, then that comes from leadership. who the leaders? Well, your leaders are Willie Green and Griff. So, I mean, and then if you consider CJ and Brandon, well, I don't however you look at it, because I know everybody said that they were leaders of the team, but they don't really embody that.
Right.
Their personalities just they just don't do it. Yeah, but hopefully they just figure this thing out, man. It's a lot, Big Q.
I know. I mean, I was telling DC about this. We having this discussion a couple of days ago, and he was like, "Man, you know what, man? We got they're gonna screw it up some kind of way." And I'm like, "What you talking about?" He said, "Man, it's just too much to do right, all in the same time frame. They had 5 years to fix a lot of issues, and it's just you got to find the right general manager. You got to find a GM." And that would listen to David Griffin. Obviously, he's the one that's making the decisions right now. If they ain't name anybody, it's supposed to be Bryson, but Bryson never been a general manager before. He's new to the game. And then you got to find you resetting the team. You got to find a star to work with your star. You got roles that you got to fill out. You're trying to find a center. You got the draft coming up. It's a lot of stuff. You got roles for your assistant. It's a lot of stuff going on that the Pelicans, who have not been a team that's had a sense of urgency, has to start moving with a certain sense of urgency to fill these roles. And there's trades going on. There's renegotiating this, that, and the third. All that's going on, and you've heard nothing by them. Now, this could change, prior to the draft or whatever. We don't know. But start shaking, moving, doing some shit. Do something, please. Do something.
Buy a bag of chips or something.
Do something. Let us know you got a pulse. I mean, damn it, man.
We got some chips.
Do something. Let us know you got a pulse. Do something, man, because the Southwest is nasty coming up next year, and the West
Not
even.
only that, I'm tired of these rumors. It seemed like the Pelicans have more rumors than actual action.
You count the rumors.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why are the Pelicans in so many talks, but at the end of the day, nothing happens? Nothing is happening. Like, what is going on?
I don't know what the plan is.
I'm tired of these rumors. I'm tired of them. Man, do something.
It's a lot of fillers out. They filling out and all this. I don't know how much of it is actual versus what's rumors, because this is right around the time frame where you hear a lot of it's Rumorville time, like right before the draft and all this stuff. You're gonna hear a lot of this stuff circulating. So we don't know what's actually going on, if some of this stuff is actually solid or if it's just something imaginary or it's just Rumorville. This is the time where you see all the smoke screen come out. So we don't know what exactly if it's solid or if it's not solid. It's just what it is now.
Other than the Lakers, the Pelicans, and way too many rumors to not having any type of traction or action or anything. But I don't hear nobody else in rumors. Look, all of a sudden it's like, bam, the Bucks just signed this person, or bam, the Spurs just signed anybody. It just pops up. But with Pelicans, like we in rumors.
We in Rumorville. That's where we are right now. All right. Shout out to the fam. We got Brother Don chiming up, then Brother Hakeem. If y'all want to chime in, the link is pinned to the chat, the YouTube chat, man. Y'all can hit that link, pop in. We'll be going up to about 3:30 today. We'll cut off. But listen, it's your opportunity now. Y'all know y'all waited all week. Feel free to chime in, man. Let's hear from you about these damn Pelicans. Y'all let us know what you think should happen or how you see things. Hi, Brother Don. How you doing, sir? Welcome on in.
What's up, man? Y'all can hear me good?
Yeah, bro. Good, bro. How you doing?
All right, go ahead. Good connection. All right, good. I'm doing all right, man. One day at a time. One day at a time. Low expectations with a little bit of no expectations for the Pelicans. So,
hold on, Don. You said low expectations with no expectations.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
you should put that sign on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, brother. So we got minus expectations. Is that what it is?
Until they prove otherwise.
Like you got to compare, like us being fans, we got to compare like the Pelicans to our kids. Like, we just gotta, you gotta know what type of kid you got, and we know we got one that we got to take our time with him, and we know he got a lot of work to do. So no expectations for him right now. Just one step at a time, baby steps.
So what you think about the inactivity, bro? Is that the same philosophy you got on inactivity? You think something gonna get to popping coming up real soon? And listen, let me ask you this, Don.
Yeah, I think.
Give me your top 3 things that need to happen for the Pelicans in terms of them to kind of, in your mind, fix the team. What are the top 3 things they need to do?
Realistically, or you just saying what we should do?
Yeah, realistically. From your tape, realistically, what's the 3 things the Pelicans need to do to kind of build on what they did in terms of going from 49 wins and higher?
Well, realistically, we need to get a big, a big that can move his feet, guard on the pick and roll. So whether that's coming in trade, I do I don't favorite Clint Capella, but I mean I wouldn't mind Clint Capella, something like that. Somebody that can hold it down for a year because he only got a year left in his contract. So we need to get a big, or if that's in the draft too. I know you got Edie out there. You got one trade talking about us trading up in the draft, but I don't know how that'll cost. So we got it's a couple bigs. You got the guy. What's the guy? For the Ignite, I forgot his name. Smith. You got Smith.
Yeah.
Then you got your guy, Big Q. You got Missy. So I think that's
Messi.
Messi. You have to trade up.
Holmes. I like Holmes.
Holmes, right here, Holmes too. So just getting a big that can move. You know what I'm saying? So we that's was something that we was missing last year. A big that can move and play, defense and switch. Because like I say, Willie has a switch or go home mentality. You know what I'm saying? Switch all or go home mentality.
Switch it down.
Yeah, switch it. Yeah, switch it down. Yeah. So that, and I want to get BI out of here. We've been talking about it, but I mean, you just can't get him out of. You can't get him out of here and then get something equivalent back, because the Tobias thing we're talking about is worth or equivalent. You know what I'm saying? That's not moving nothing. That's not moving anything for me. So I wanted us to get through combo guard. Trae Young is what I was looking at. At this point, I mean, I'm not shy away from DeJounte Murray either. I mean, DeJounte's still a good player. I seen him take over some games and stuff like that, beat the Celtics down, you know what I'm saying, and all that stuff. So he's ready for a moment. He's the guy that's ready for a moment. He likes to dish the ball, stuff like that. So he has that point guard mentality as well. And so yeah, just get one of those guys. And then the last thing may be we need an assistant coach now, right?
Yeah.
We actually need a head coach.
Well, yeah. Well, Lex, he said realistically, so I was
That
doing
is
a realistic
really.
one.
Yeah, well, you gonna need a couple of them, bro. To be honest, yeah. But Borrego,
We need a new VP.
But I think Borrego's going to the Pistons for some reason. I think Borrego might go to the Pistons. Yeah, and it's funny how Monty Williams keep getting passed around, and he on these big contracts. That's funny. Like, people just fire him on major contracts. That's interesting, but yeah, man. And then I seen something that said we should bring Monty up for assistant coach. No.
Lord, no.
Nah, we don't need.
Oh my goodness.
No.
I'm about to faint on that one.
No,
Yeah.
We do
We're
not
not.
need
Buddy
good.
buddies
mirror
with Willie Green.
image. We do not need a mirror image of Willie Green.
Willie Green, and then Willie Green. If Monty get hit, Willie Green
Willie
gonna be
Green
off
is
the like
enough of Willie Green.
Willie Green. Monty gonna get hit. Willie Green gonna come up with, sometimes what we're gonna do. I'm gonna let him head coach some games, and I'm gonna head coach some games.
Oh no.
He fucking
No.
he do something like that.
It's gonna be the same thing. You know what? It's crazy because when you look at them, what sticks out about their coaching?
Defense?
Nothing.
Defense?
Nothing.
I'm being
Does it?
positive too. Well, I'm just saying because that's
Where
what
where was the defense in the last few games of the
well,
season?
Lex, they were
Playoffs?
hurt. Everybody was hurt, Lex. Come on now.
No.
What about
Look.
the Pistons getting their ass whooped every game?
They didn't have any talent.
Oh man, they got
Okay,
some
what
talent
about
over there, man.
Phoenix when they lost by 50?
See how easy this
At
is to
home,
deflect
in the
responsibility.
playoffs.
You see how easy this is to deflect responsibility and actual problem solving and troubleshooting. It's easy to just deflect and say, well, they didn't have enough talent. That's why they didn't win. Oh, well, everybody was hurt. That's why the Pelicans only won 49 games. We was healthy. We'd won 65 games. And, it's all tied to injuries. And some of that is true to a degree. But that's also based on how good your coach is. When some of your better players go down, you really start seeing how good that coach is.
You know what? Yeah.
Miami Heat.
If you have a good coach, because we say it all the time with Willie. Willie, like in spite of his coaching, think about it. All the double-digit leads that were lost in the clutch.
Oh man.
0-27, 28, 29, whatever it is, 27 and up. All of it's bad. It's a landslide. When you look at all of that, the Pelicans were still winning in spite of, because of their talent. And we say that all the time. It was because of that, the talent on the team, on why he was winning. I mean, Zion played 70 games.
I can't deny.
I was saying
Same thing with Brandon. Brandon played what, 64 games?
Yeah. Yeah, it was like mid 60s.
Yeah, so
Remember,
it's like
I was saying
you
that.
could have won more.
I was saying that when we was talking about, I forgot what game that was, but I was like, I ain't like how we was winning, and then everybody was like, man, look at it, man, it's a win, it's a win. I'm like, bro, I can see through the bullshit. You can't just win, it's not a win. You gotta critique yourself.
Like that saying, man.
Because you had success today, just because you won a day within something in life, don't mean that's gonna continue tomorrow. You gotta build on that, bro. You gotta understand what can you get better at, bro. And the same thing with the teams. Like, you can't just say a win is a win. No, constructive criticism every day. You gotta critique yourself and your wins and your losses. But we was getting, as a fan base, you get too comfortable. Oh, win is a win. Fuck you mean, is a win is a win. We not the type of team that can do that. Hell no. Nah. We need to critique and stay on top. Man, like, no, a win was not a win. I seen through that, bro, and that's what I was saying. I said, yeah, we was winning because we still have talent, still a talented team, which even shows even more why we got a weak coach, because we got some pieces, and I cannot say that, hey, if we had another coach over here, what might happen? I mean, it could be second or third round. You never know. I don't know, but from what he's showing as a coach, or what he's showing as a coach, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like, I seen through all that, bro. Like, you got to critique through the wins too, man, because it's always something you can improve in. It's always something to get better. It's always going to be an adjustment from the other side. This ain't just, all right, we do this one way and it's going to take us all the way. No, adjustments. That's why we was losing those games. People was coming back on us and shit like that. Like, no adjustments. Getting comfortable. Getting way too comfortable. You know what I'm saying? But people say, hey, and then you look at even, that's how big coaching is, man. Look at the Miami Heat versus the Boston Celtics. We got swept. They won one game. Miami Heat would have loved to have our roster. They might have won 3 games or 2 games with our roster. If our team's with the Miami Heat, you give us the Miami Heat playoffs, or we get swept. But I seen the Heat, man. They fought every game against the Boston Celtics and pulled out one game because they knew adjustments. They knew what philosophy. They knew what they needed to do. They knew they needed to let that ball fly. Whatever, I think it might have been game 2. They need to let that shit fly. Don't change it up. My father was watching the game with me. He said, man, they shoot too many threes. Nah, bro. They know what they got to do. They know what they got to do. It's a game plan.
Right.
You got to work with what you got.
Team.
And utilize that. Capitalize on what you have. Not settle on one way. Understand your player's strengths. That's what the Miami do. They understand their player's strengths. And they capitalize on that, bro. So you look at a coach like that, like, man, I love watching the Miami Heat, bro, because they make the most out of everything, bro. What they have. They got, put that roster over here. Man, we'll be like, man, we need some here. We don't, but so, man, look, yeah, coaching is huge. And we stuck with ours. So
All right.
more stress.
All right. Thank you, Don. Don, that was good, brother.
It's okay, man. We feel you, man. Look, we're like, y'all know what I'm saying? Like, y'all know.
Lex sounds y'all sound just alike, man. And you know what? The thing is, we recognize that. I'm a brother Hakeem up next. Marley Mall is stepped in there too. If y'all want to chime in, man, the links in the YouTube chat here to pop in. DC will be popping in momentarily too. Man, listen, y'all. A lot of people, listen, fam. They're telling the truth, man, about with the Pelicans 49 wins. We had a talented team. We had a talented. I'm not saying it's a pass, but our last year team was very talented. It was a deep team. Jose Alvarado, Najee Marshall, Larry Nance off the bench. We could have went 10 deep, most nights. We didn't have to wear on our stars. We didn't have to overplay minute-wise for players. And then you could tell, like, when the games get close and refined, that's when the coaching comes out. And will he do enough to outclass these coaches? Like, a lot of those wins were blowout wins, but we just took it and we just ran away. They couldn't do nothing with us. But when they got close games, we could not win some of these. We were 0-27 in games leading into the fourth. When you don't have the lead going into the fourth quarter, that's a clear indictment on coaching and using your talent to win. That's why I'm a guy that's always saying, man, we can't use injuries as an excuse, especially when you have a team that's built depth-wise, where you can be able to use those players that you have off the bench to try to fill in as best you can. That's when the coaching really, you see if a guy really knows what he's doing. A really good coach would not sit Jordan Hawkins and then talk about, well, he ain't good enough defensively, and then overplay him who doing the same damn thing. That don't make any sense for people to do that. He get ran over and messed over, but he's a 3-point shooter, same with Jordan. So I mean, it's just we got to remember this stuff. But Hakeem, welcome on in, brother. How you doing today?
I'm good, Ron. I'm good. Thank you. It's always a blessing to be on with you and Lex, in DC when y'all got everything, what I'm saying, on and popping and stuff. So,
Thank you,
again, I appreciate y'all. Yeah, for real. But yeah, I mean, it's really concerning to me, fam, that, what I'm saying, the lack of interest that's being shown, to BI. So that this kind of lets you know what a lot of organizations probably thinking of him. And I'm thinking more along the lines, I think most organizations think of BI as a high 3, low 2 type player, what I'm saying, on a winning team. I think Brandon Ingram would be a more successful player if you give him less responsibility. We tried to make him a playmaker, what I'm saying, somebody to set up the offense and get his shot going while not being willing to shoot 3-point shots. Unfortunately, this is going into year 9 with him. And I think at age 26, he's reached his, I think he's reached his peak. I think he is what he is. I don't think that you're going to see him, what I'm saying, be willing to shoot 3-point shots. His game is what it is. And I think a lot of organizations looking at that and they saying, well, damn, well, I mean, we can bring him in. He can give us our 20, he can give us 21, 5, and 5. But it's how those 21, 5, and 5 fit with what we got.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, So it's kind of like, the Hawks, I want to say, I'm not sure, but I think the Hawks just looked at it and was just like, nah, we don't want it, which is, concerning because we view BI as, like an all-star caliber player, which he has one up under his belt, but he's not a perennial all-star type player. A guy like Sengun, let's be honest, like, if you're a basketball head, we all love the Pelicans. I watch the Pelicans on League Pass up here in Georgia, but I'm a basketball fan. So when I look at somebody like Sengun is one of those young players that the league, is going to market. Like he's that talented. 20 points, 9 rebounds a game, And, for the Rockets to sit up there and say, nah, we don't want BI. We okay with him over here. And naturally so, because his upside, is much more than what BI can give you right now. So to me, it's more concerning that a lot of teams, if this is true, is looking at Brandon in the sense like, Brandon is just a good player. Like, And there's a lot of good players in the league, but we pushing him out there as if he can be good to great, and he's not. So it's understandable, that these teams are, just kind of like, side kicking him like, nah, we good. And I don't like my man was just saying, I think we do have the roster. His breakdown was great. We do have the roster. Like if you put Eric Spoelstra with our team, we go, we go a lot farther. He's going to get a lot out of what we have. People say, well, Pelicans lack 3-point shooting. No, it's not that. It's that we lack a competent coach to play to the strength of the team. Yes. We have 3 players, right, Lex? You have the person. You have 3 guys on a team that can shoot 38% or better in the league. That's all you ask as far as 3-point shooting. You got Matt Ryan, who you parked on the bench. You got Jordan Hawkins, who you drafted specifically for his, for his stroke. And you parked him on the bench after the All-Star break as if you putting him in timeout. Like what did Jordan Hawkins do? What did Jordan Hawkins do? And then, you put the excuse out there, well, he's got to be a better defender. Well, CJ never played defense.
Thank you.
CJ never played defense. At least when you see Jordan Hawkins out there, the guy is giving effort. You know what I'm saying? Effort. Everybody cannot be Herb Jones. Everybody can't be Herb Jones. Everybody can't be, Jaden McDaniels. Everybody can't be Lou Dort. You know what I'm saying? But if you give an effort on the defensive end, you can go ahead, there's things you can go ahead and mitigate and get around that and still be successful. The other thing is
rebounded.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So, and with the Trey Murphy thing, like, this is not a knock on Trey. But I think we kind of got to blame the Minnesota Timberwolves for this because they actually played, if I'm not mistaken, y'all can fact check me, Pete, fam. I think they gave McDaniels 4 years and $135 million. Right? I'm all for the guy, I'm all for guys getting their money. But this is the problem. That drives the price up for Trey. Mm-hmm. And the thing with Trey is still developing. Like, to me, I think we're going to, this might sound shallow. I think we're going to have to overpay to keep Trey. And Trey is really an athletic 3-point shooter. Let me say that again. An athletic 3-point shooter. He's an athletic catch and shoot guy. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Now, does he have the ability to get better, to put the ball on the floor? And that's the part of that's a part of his game that he has to go ahead and develop. But unfortunately, if we want to keep him, we're going to have to pay him now in hopes that he go ahead and add that to his game, as opposed to him adding that to his game and getting getting paid like right now. So, somebody earlier said, I don't know if it was McCain or somebody in the chat was saying DeAndre Ayton. A lot of people, I'm a fan of DeAndre Ayton. I watched DeAndre Ayton when I lived out in Phoenix because, I lived out in Phoenix for like 20 years, and he was a part of their come up. DeAndre Ayton can get you 17 and 10. You know what I'm saying? I think the hang up with DeAndre Ayton is people look at the attitude, but guess what? Just like y'all said, who was his head coach at the time? Yeah. Who was his head coach at the time? Monty Williams.
Yep.
Now, Monty Williams, don't let the 2-time coach of the year fool you. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes that's smoke and mirrors.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes that's smoke and mirrors. Right. Sometimes that's smoke and yeah. So, Monty Williams, to go to show you, and shout out to the Detroit Pistons. Monty Williams, they told Monty, we'll pay you $65 million to go away. We see, what I'm saying? Like, we see this is not going to win. Right.
He was cool with it. He gave Lex 40. Yeah, he told him that. Like, hey man, if you want to fire him, just let me know.
Yeah, I'm okay with giving you I'm okay with you getting me for $65 million. And then the think about trying to bring him. No, we don't need Monty. Monty did us down here already. No, we need an upstart, young-minded guy, like somebody like Sam Cassell, who don't say that,
Hakeem. Look, Pelicans need Sam Cassell. Shh, be quiet. don't. No. The
Lex always got her clip ready, boy.
Look, the Pelicans need Sam Cassell, Rondo. It's like, come on, man. Like, no. And look, he's been around for how many years? He's been an assistant coach for like 15 years.
Something like that.
It's longer than a little longer than that. It's been a while.
Maybe longer than that. Yeah, it's been a long time.
11 years. Sam Cassell been around for 11 years.
We don't need nobody else get no ideas to get Sam. Like Pelicans need Sam.
We are in our you're right. We are in our own right. We're in our own way. And unfortunately, I mean, I love my guys, I love my team, but it's like it seems like when important pieces leave us, they go to other organizations and have success. Yes. Mike Malone has won a championship with the Denver Nuggets. Yep. He was one time on the Pelican staff. Drew Holiday left and got 2 rings. Anthony Davis left and got 1 ring. You know what I'm saying? And Chris Finch had his team in the NBA Finals.
Yes, talk about
what is it? Organization got to look at these things and say, what the fuck are we doing?
NAW was up in there too.
Right. Yeah, I forgot. Nas on the team as well. You know, and he's thriving. I mean, I think he's going to be a bench player for, basically, somebody that can always help a team off the bench. But hey, he's carved out a role, which is important. Yep. You know what I'm saying? But it just start from the top. As far as our needs, of course, we need a point guard. But unfortunately, I don't think we're going to get Trey because I don't think the Hawks view us like we view the 76ers. You know what I'm saying? We got them grocery bags in the cupboard already. We don't need nothing. Yeah, like y'all ain't got nothing we want. You know what I'm saying? So it's just I
think everybody's looking at the Pelicans like that.
Yeah,
because now, the Pelicans are not in a selling position. They're in a buying position because Griff has been making phone calls to everybody else. Nobody is calling the Pelicans.
You're right. Now, what y'all think of this, though?
I'm gonna call you right back, brother. I'm gonna call you right back. Yeah, I'm gonna call you
right back. What do you guys think of this? It's crazy as it sounds, and Griff is to be at fault here. I think he's drafted some guys I think that can help us, but we haven't developed them. You know what I'm saying? Like Jordan Hawkins.
Do a horrible job of developing.
Of team development. You know what I'm saying? This is not to go ahead and advocate for Griff because I think he messed up a lot. I mean, he got those, he got a war chest full of doggone draft picks, you know what I'm saying? And he keep them like old batteries up in a jar. You know what I'm saying?
By the day.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? When you finally pull them out, they ain't gonna work because the life expectancy done ran out on.
Yeah. Both of them, both the Bucks and the Lakers are aggressively trying to win.
Yes.
They're not sitting back. And
No.
that's the thing he doesn't understand. Like, dude, why are you sitting on these picks? Use them because
Right.
they're
Hoping.
and look, Bucks went and got Dame.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Look, the Lakers, they got rid of Russ. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude,
Right. Yeah.
they kept moving.
Yeah.
And while
Yeah.
you were watching them move, those picks were just appreciate, man. I mean,
Exactly. And that's what it's doing.
And we got,
And check this out.
Go ahead.
Yeah, check this out, Les. You know what I'm saying? Sam Presti, who I feel is like the best GM in the league.
oh yeah,
His team, they done basically lapped us.
Yeah.
The Oklahoma City Thunder 2 years ago had only won 30 games.
Last week. Yep.
And he's got like I think 22 first round picks up until like the year 2030. And this team got first place in the West. We need that kind of leadership.
2022, bro. He just picked up 2 more. They traded Josh.
Oh, okay then. All right. Well, there you go. There it is. 20. Where they got 20. But I know he ain't gonna let his picks depreciate like that.
Nah, he's
you know
not.
what I'm saying?
I mean,
he's going to use
his team right now.
Yes.
And
man.
And they got Alex Caruso.
3-and-D guy.
Yep.
A glue guy. You know what I'm saying? With a young team.
Second all defensive team this year.
Yep. Sure it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Trajan Langdon is not making the same mistake as Griff did. Trajan Langdon is not going to keep Monty Williams if Monty Williams not his guy. So Trajan Langdon was looking at the situation like, I'm not doing what Griff did. I'm getting my whole coach. I'm starting from scratch. He's not going to make the same mistakes Griff did, looking at Griff when he was under him. But this all starts from the top, man. This all starts from Ms. Benson. She needs a backbone. She needs to get a president who knows basketball and who knows football in the Saints organization. She needs to get presidents who have football knowledge, then work their way down to get knowledgeable people. She needs to cut off the heads of the 2 snakes. I know we talking about the Pelicans, but Loomis is another snake. Griff is another snake. She needs to cut the heads off those 2 snakes to get the right people. Because we just wasting time. We're not going nowhere.
Right. Unfortunately.
What's up, family? I forgot to speak to y'all. What's up, family?
What's up, Mo? How you doing?
How you doing? But unfortunately, from what I read, Dennis Lauscher and Mickey are written into because she doesn't have any heirs. I think Lauscher and Mickey are written into the will. So they would have to recuse themselves of the position. And we know that they're not going to fire themselves because they give each other extension. They give, they write themselves their own extensions and stuff like that and still don't tell nobody nothing. So I think we, in this situation, I think, bro, we just in a bad situation. All of us can see that we need basketball people for the Pels and football people for the Saints. But unfortunately, this lady is, she's 76 years old. She doesn't, she just doesn't have the acumen or the knowledge of each sport that she owns to understand, how to go ahead and make her product better. She's just okay with writing the checks and collecting the money. And unfortunately, this is what,
You mentioned another option before. Why not get an independent counsel to keep Loomis and Griffin check? She needs a third party or somebody
with that total
who could watch her back. See what I'm saying? She can't have Griff and Loomis just doing what they want and just making all these mistakes with no repercussions. Yeah.
Absolutely. I agree with that whole.
Yeah.
But I don't think they want to challenge themselves. I think they want to be in power and they're okay with just
getting a nice check.
They literally would have to come together and say, you know what, let's recuse ourselves. We tired of these people complaining. You know what I'm saying? Until the Pelicans and the Saints start losing money at a rapid rate, I think unfortunately we just stuck. It just looks very bleak.
Yeah.
And as a diehard fan of both of my hometown team, it just, you try to look at the light at the end of the tunnel, but you just don't see it. you know.
Yeah,
So,
but Miss Benson got to make that call.
right.
She got to make that
Exactly.
call and have like a report card of what Griff did over 5 years and what Loomer's
Right.
been doing all these years. She got to have the report card because Tone Benson, say what you want, he was striving each year to try to get a championship for the Saints. He finally got one, but he kept striving to get one. Then and I think during the Hazard years, he criticized the team of being like poorly and playing like a high school team. He said that out of his mouth. So I wonder if Miss Benson recognized how poorly her two organizations are doing right now. That's the question that she gotta figure out and think in her head. I know she want all about money, but sometimes championships brings more money. It brings a winning atmosphere.
But you know what?
And I don't think she realized that now.
One thing is that, you know, it's that corporate mentality, because what they're looking at and what Griff is selling is the win percentages of each year.
Yeah. Right.
Win percentages of each year and during regular season has gone up. But the thing is that's analytical. That's what's on paper. That looks good. That's what they were talking about, even in this interview, this exit interview of Griff. That's one thing that he was really pushing. But nobody's talking about the fact that, okay, every single year of Willie Green's tenure, they've been a borderline playing team. Two of those times you got to the playoffs through the play-in. And then you didn't get out the first round.
Exactly.
Okay, so in those playoff runs, you only got 2 wins. 2, that's it. And the thing is, it's not solidified in regular season. That regular season is where you build winning habits. When you look at the Celtics, look what they did. Look at they played every night consistently. They did have bad nights, but even their bad nights were still pretty solid. They had the most
they still had a chance to win
in the NBA. And they practice those winning habits night after night after night. Guess what? Those habits translated in the playoffs, because in the playoffs is where you get your credentials, it's where you build your legacy, where you get your respect. That's where you get all that, your notoriety, all that stuff. No, it's not in regular season. Which one would you rather have? Regular season MVP or finals MVP?
Definitely finals. And when you look at it, Lex, Joe Mazzulla's only 35 years old. And he's already won a championship. Did he inherit the talent? Absolutely. But it also says something to his coaching ability by him being able to reel those guys in and go ahead and make them play as a unit, and they wind up accomplishing the goal. Get
this though. The Celtics, even though they had a foundation of winning, they were still trying to get better. They went out and got Porzingis. They went out and traded for Drew Holiday. They were already winning. They already had that foundation, and they went and got more pieces. That just goes to show, even if you have a winning foundation, you're not trying. You don't get complacent at all. We still trying to win. We trying to do better. And it's like, if a winning team is doing that, a winning team, then you know the Pelicans should be doing something. The Pelicans should be sitting on their thumbs, twiddling their thumbs, and like.
But you know why, Lex?
We good. We good with 49 wins. No. Because Boston was already a winning team, and they were already they were still making changes, still trying to get better, still trying to polish up and better get better players for the positions.
Because Boston had that pressure. If they win, if they didn't win the finals, it was going to be pressure on Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. They had the pressure of trying to win this championship, because if they didn't win it, they was going to talk about breaking them up. The Boston Celtics are failures and stuff like that. That's that added pressure that you need sometimes to get you over the hump. Griffith doesn't have that pressure. He doesn't have nobody over the top. Like trying to make sure like he do the right moves and threaten his job. Willie doesn't have that pressure. He had the contract since last year. He wasn't coaching under pressure. He was coaching of a lackadaisical, lazy attitude.
Yeah, we don't even
Same
know the
for Griff.
details of
Griff don't have that pressure.
Nope.
Until Griff get that pressure, he's not going to do everything that's right to improve the team to the best of his capability. He doesn't have the pressure. He needs pressure to know, like your job is on the line. He don't feel his job is on the line.
That's what I'm saying.
He can do what he want to do. He got that mentality like he knows more than everybody in the organization. Nobody can tell him nothing and stuff like that. He doesn't have nobody over him that have just as much as knowledge to say, no, this is not the right way to go. He believes he's the best one in the Pelicans organization, who's the smartest genius basketball mind. That's the way Mickey thinking on the Saints side. Same way.
Making $6 million a year, one of the top 3 highest paid GMs in all of the sport. And unfortunately, the 49 wins, the 49 wins kind of was like duct tape on a pipe that was already leaking. You know what I'm saying? So just like y'all said, that's going to kind of mask really what the problem is. Oh, well, we won 49, but we could have won 57. Right. We could have won 57. So the team is getting better. See, they don't. They just don't read in between all of that. They just look at, what's on the surface. Hey, we got 49. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And, we won 49, but the damn Timberwolves made it to the NBA Finals. And they didn't even have a coach or a team 2 years ago. It's crazy, man.
I mean, OKC didn't even make the playoffs last season, and they were the #1 seed in the West.
Because they did the right things, Les. They did the right things. They didn't make all the mistakes like you were saying last stream. They didn't make all these mistakes as Griff did. The Timberwolves knew who the coach was. They had a plan in place and they executed. Same for OKC. They got their coach. They had a plan for what they was going to do. Griff stumbled around. He kept a coach that he wasn't supposed to keep. Like BQ said, he kept Gentry, knowing that he supposed to fire Gentry and start over with his own coach. Then he made a mistake, as what y'all said last stream. He got Van Gundy, who's been out from coaching a while. He wasn't sharp as he needed to be. That was a mistake. He got a cheap coach. We had to get a cheap coach because he was paying those other 2 coaches, and he had Willie Green merged with his staff. I'm talking about Griff's staff. And they just meshed it together, and it was a big pile of mess from the beginning. It wasn't cohesive. It wasn't planned. It was a pile of mashup that they hoped was going to work, and it didn't work. It just blowing up in their face right now.
It was solely financial because he was being cheap. He couldn't afford. They were back paying. That's why he's been cheap this whole time. That's the biggest thing. That's why the Pelicans got Willie, because he was cheap.
And one of 2 teams to never have ever gone into the luxury tax. So that should tell you something. I mean, we know that, it's not a quote unquote free agent destination, but you know what? Winning brings players. Guys will go and play in Siberia if they know they can win a ring. You know what I'm saying? So,
hey man, look, there's a lot of small market teams that are making big moves. OKC, T-Wolves, the Memphis Grizzlies, the Spurs. These are all the Bucks. These are
Dallas. Dallas got 2 pieces and brought them to the finals. Dallas just acquired 2 pieces and brought them to the finals.
It's the mentality, man. It's the mentality. The thing is, just because you're a small market team doesn't mean that you have to make small market moves.
Exactly, Lex. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, man. I mean,
these other teams are doing it. All these other teams.
And successful.
The rebuild for the OKC and T-Wolves happened the same time as the Pelicans.
And they laughed us.
And look where the Pelicans are.
They laughed us. And don't forget, a team like the Orlando Magic is another team that's on the rise with a good young coach with Jamal. They coming. You know what I'm saying? Down there in Disney World. So I mean, again, like we always playing catch up, man. And it's just, it's time for us to get ahead. It's time. Right. It's time for us to get ahead. And on top of that, I know this is a hot one too, though. I love Big Z. I think he's the face of the franchise. But if you make a commitment to build around him, then you know what I'm saying, you got to hit on everything. You know what I'm saying? Because let's be honest, on a championship team, I argue with people in the barbershop on it. On a championship team, Zion is the second best player on that team. You know why? Because his game is an antique. He's not a guy that he doesn't threaten you from the perimeter. He shoots 60.8%, you know what I'm saying, field goal percentage, because a lot of his shots are within 8 feet of the basket. So he's never going to have a ton of 40.
Gotta argue.
But hold on, DC. It's like this though. But Giannis is still willing to shoot threes. He's willing to shoot. He doesn't shoot a ton of them, but he's willing to go ahead and do it. And on top of that, he's giving you 29 and 12. Zion will never have a bunch of 40-point games because all the tools that he makes, he doesn't incorporate threes with that. It's going to have to take him 20 shots. He's going to have to make 20 baskets to get 40 points by his play style.
Not if he gets to the free throw line. He got to hit the free throw line and figure that out. And
I think good coaching will help that out though. I think good coaching will help the spacing out though in Zion case, but we don't have the coach to help in Zion case. Now, if we have good coaching, then that could help alleviate the problems that Zion facing around the basket and stuff with spacing, but we don't have that right now.
Another thing, with Zion's situation, like the sets, the team is not doing him any justice. The coaching isn't, and you have to have shooting. Giannis has shooting around him to open up for him. Zion doesn't have that. Willie Green, first of all, the way his rotations are, how many times do we see where Zion was in the game and Trey Murphy wasn't out there? We know Jordan Hawkins wasn't out there. Then not only that, the sets were so predictable. I think the sets, like those handouts, like they're so predictable. Like you can't do that. Zion is more than what we see all the time. He can actually do way more on the court than what we see. We just haven't seen it. And another thing, like you said, look at the time frame in which the team is like, okay, hey, we're gonna build around Zion. This is year what? Like you should have been done started that. Let me tell you something. When Embiid was down, when he was hurt, the 76ers were bought into Embiid. They were bought into him. Okay? They were patient with him.
We gave you our solution.
Injuries. You know what I'm saying? And they were still like, hey man, you are a huge focal point on the team. They were still building around him. Same thing with Steph Curry. When Steph was going through his ankle injuries, that was still their guy. He was still their guy. They got the pieces around him. The Pelicans have not one point in time have they really centered around, hey, we drafted you at number 1. We are going to build around you even with all these injuries. I really believe if they really built around him the way they needed to, I don't think he would have got these injuries. And along with, we say it all the time, Big Q, the physical therapists. They didn't have no physical therapists on the staff. The Pelicans have had a physical therapist for 1 season. Since Zion has been here, they have not had anyone to really that's horrible. You look at all these other organizations, how come they have a physical therapist and y'all don't have, and the Pelicans don't?
Because they care.
That means you weren't even prepared for when Zion even got here.
See, hold on, Lex. Hold on, Lex. The reason why Boston had both their stars playing so many games, because they're lucky. Get it? Holy Clover, Celtics. It's luck. That's what it. You see, that's how they look at it. It's like, no, you got to have a proper medical staff
Yeah.
especially if you're a team that's known to have stars that get hurt. We had BI stub his toe basically and missed 3 months. Wasn't it 3 months?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was more than
His
29 games too, I think.
He stubbed his toe and missed 30 something games or something, whatever it was. He stubbed his toe. That don't make any sense. So what I'm saying is like, let me do this first. I mean, like greatness in. Hey, shout out to the fan. Appreciate y'all chiming in this afternoon, man. On the show, y'all hit the like button, man. We talking good Pelican dialogue here. For the family members, y'all hit the like button. We multi-casting across several platforms. If you're listening on X, hit the retweet button, the re-X button, whatever the hell you call it over there. Hit a like button if you're on YouTube. If you're not a subscriber, come on over and subscribe. Let me give a few shots out to the chat. Big ups to everybody, man, that's in this thing. DC just jumped in. I seen DC jumped in. La Greatness joined us. I appreciate the panel. Let's kind of switch to, and I know y'all been sprinkling game about the solutions, but let's kind of go let's troubleshoot here. Let's do a little troubleshooting.
Well, they got a little tidbit of news, as you would say, Q. It's been, I don't know how true it is. I didn't only seen one little write up about it, but the Pelicans apparently have reached out to the Charlotte Hornets about acquiring LaMelo Ball.
Yeah, I talked about that earlier in the show. You see, yeah.
Oh, okay, I wasn't here.
Yeah, I meant it was some news, man, that leaked out there. I couldn't confirm or deny it, but it was just something that I consider part of
if we could solve his injury issues, we have to get another physical therapist.
Right.
We'd have to have at least 2. I do think LaMelo Ball will be a very, very, very good get. Just the injury thing, man, his durability issues. And then, would you look at Alonzo Ball reunion if we were able to get LaMelo Ball? Not sure if anybody wants that here, or maybe we do. But with the Ball boys, would one come 2? But you got to deal with what's out there, bro. You know what I'm saying? Q, you shaking your head. What if we can't get Trae Young? What is the next best thing? What if Atlanta doesn't want to do a trade with us at all?
There's options.
What if they don't want to get rid of Clint Capella and they don't draft a center? The SARS not going to Atlanta. At least that's what people are saying. He hasn't worked out for him. A lot of things are still up in the air, and I think a lot of stuff we're hearing right now is smoke screens and posturings. We don't really know what's true. If everything is true based on what we're hearing, the Pelicans are calling every team around the league trying to get rid of Brandon Ingram, and nobody don't want. I'm sorry, I don't fully believe that. I don't believe
so
that.
You're saying that we might have to downgrade DC?
I don't think that's the actual truth, man. I don't think we around calling everybody and nobody wants Brandon Ingram. For instance, the Houston rumor, right? I think it's very intriguing to know that Dante Klingham, the guy who could possibly be projected number 1 or number 2 or 3 or whatever, happens to have the same agent as Sengun. And then we get this story about us trading for Sengun and they denied us and this and that. Some of it's got to be true, what you're hearing. So we are definitely calling somebody. We need to call some of these goddamn teams, which is why I think we would be a good talking point to use for posture. But until we see the draft, man, we don't really know what we're capable to get, what we're not capable to get. So it's like, if we can't get Trae Young, or let's say Atlanta is off the table for some reason, what are our other options and solutions that we would be cool with instead of we know the Pels they mess up and do not do things right at all. So let's give them some good ideas on what they should do. Maybe they're listening. Maybe they will listen to one of us with an excellent idea. So man, can y'all throw some stuff out here that the Pels should do instead of doing what they may probably do if they don't listen to none of us.
See, what's crazy though, DC, bro, is like this. When it comes to trading, most teams they want to quote unquote win the trade. I think this is one of them things in which the Pelicans might have to take a loss with it and be okay with taking a loss with it. It's not. It has to be more than BI and 3 first-round picks. You know what I'm saying? Like we might have to go ahead and take a loss as far as all trying to win. I think the Pelicans are trying to win the trade. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you ain't gonna be able to win it. Sometimes you might just have to go ahead and take a L to go ahead and win later on. And I think that's what Griff's mindset is. Like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, what can we do to get over? You know what I'm saying? To say that we got the better of this trade like we did for the Lakers, which, to be honest with you, now looking at it 4 years later, the Lakers actually won the doggone trade. You know why? Because they got a doggone championship out of it, and we ain't used all the doggone picks that we finessed them out of. You know, see what I'm saying? So, I think that might be the mentality of Griff, unfortunately. You know what I'm saying? He not, he can't see the fall from the trees. So, he's trying to win the trade. We might have to take an L on this one and just go ahead and get what's the word? Like
I got another option.
What was that?
Do you think the Pelicans are taking I'll say another swing at your boy for the Wizards, Jones? That's Tyrese Jones.
I like him as a point guard. I like him. I like him as a point guard.
I thought he was afraid.
For what though?
For Brandon Ingram
and
for Brandon.
Yeah.
I mean, we gonna need
that's just
that, right?
just an option.
I need
a straight up trade, or you throwing fillers into that?
No. But they're gonna have to throw something with Brandon Ingram, but wouldn't Jones for the Wizards be an option?
Jones
I like Ty. He's killer.
That's the question. That's just a question I'm throwing out there.
Be like a 3-team trade or something. Because
it would have to be a third team.
Tyus Jones. Sure, if Gafford was there, I'd take both of them. But Gafford's gone to Dallas.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to figure out how Dallas got Gafford.
Maybe Denny. I know Denny Avdia improving. Avdia.
Oh yeah, he gave us 43. I was at that game. That was day after Mardi Gras. He gave us 43.
Yeah, he on the rise.
Yeah.
He on the rise.
But I don't think the sample size is big enough for him. I don't think the sample size
What will we play Avdia?
big enough for
You gonna put him at point? You gonna put Trey back on the bench? What Avdia gonna put?
Yeah, like if you don't, because they plan to play the same position. So I don't know where he will fit. You know what I'm saying? So, but as a 3 or 4, I think he's 6'8", 6'9". But I was at that game.
Small ball,
You know what?
small ball
If
lineup
Tyus-
with that.
If Tyus Jones was here, though, do you really think Willie's gonna play CJ over him in the starting lineup?
Yeah,
We
he
talking
would.
Willie here.
Exactly.
I just
So-
want CJ to go to the bench. That's all I want him to do.
But
the money,
is
I know he
getting a Tyus Jones
I agree.
going to sit CJ on the bench.
No.
I think the problem with CJ.
You have to, right? Because
I think we would need to have to
You
get
have
a more established point guard for Willie to sit CJ down until
Willie
they can trade him at the deadline.
I got 33 million reasons why that ain't gonna happen.
You're right. That's where I was gonna go.
Yeah,
right.
exactly. So the thing
33 million.
is, it's like Tyus Jones is, I mean, he's solid, but I mean, plus he's small. How
He ain't
tall
gonna
is
move the
he?
needle, yeah.
Maybe 6 feet, 6'1". Let's
He's a small. We need somebody a little bit.
Yeah, he's somebody
well,
we
I
add.
don't know. We
He's
need
somebody we
somebody
add
more
after we get.
established and somebody a little bit bigger.
He's somebody we go get. We can really get him for like some second round picks and stuff like that. Because I tell you what, if somebody else trading for him, that's what they get him for.
well, I mean, they're showing that. So I mean, they're showing them as a free
Because
agent.
he's coming off the bench.
We don't have second round picks, brother. We traded all of them to get rid of Devontae Brown.
Right. Yeah. We ain't got no second round
Let me
picks.
say this about the CJ thing. The CJ McCollum thing, him starting. I mean, if you were able to obtain a point guard that set the table, you would have to put CJ. You're not going to have that guy there and then CJ McCollum starting at 2 and Herb Jones on the bench.
Are we talking theoretically or realistically?
Yeah, no, you're right.
I'm saying
it's just that he makes so much money.
Well, it don't. But it doesn't matter if
It's
he's a
got to be
star.
a star player to bench CJ,
Yeah,
man. Like
it
Trey
has
Hold on.
to
Young and
be a
all of
more
that.
established
It don't
point.
have to be no star player. If you bring a free agent here and he does something nobody else do, like set the table,
That's
and
inferior.
wide open,
You are talking like we have excellent coaching, bro. Like that
Right.
don't matter.
Yeah, because
hold on, I
yeah.
you thinking like
That don't matter.
you have,
That's
hold on,
what makes sense. That's what
bro,
you're supposed to do. We
can't
don't
talk
do that.
Right, that's
about, man.
supposed to, but yeah.
Man, we watched Eric Bledsoe play point guard over Lonzo Ball, bro. I can't buy it, bro.
Bro, we can't talk at the same time. CJ, it don't matter if CJ McCollum started, man. He's still gonna play starter minutes. What you talking about? So if he comes off the bench, if they bring in a point
Man,
guard,
it mattered that Eric motherfucker. I guarantee you it do.
this ain't the Jamaican part. This the Pelican Postgame Report, bro. We have to record here, okay? Now listen, all I'm saying is CJ McCollum is going to play starter minutes. If he doesn't start, it doesn't matter. He's going to play starter minutes, man. But I'm saying that if you bring a guy into the team that's a point guard, you're gonna have to play him at the point guard position. He don't have to be a star. You gotta put him there. And yeah, I'm talking about Willie. And listen, contrary to opinion, I do think Willie Green will improve because of pressure. He has to improve.
Huh?
He has to improve because the team that he'll have this upcoming year is not the same. It's not going to be the same team. He's not going to have a lot of these same guys he's going to lean on. So I'm saying, you bring other guys in here. Willie Green got to play him, bro. I know y'all don't have and I understand the stuff about. You got to.
I agree with that. BQ.
Yeah.
Now go ahead, DC. You finished drinking your red stripe.
Wake up, Big Q.
I was talking to somebody, bro. More important than you.
DC.
Damn, DC.
And I
Damn,
was
DC.
myself.
You had to rub in like that, DC.
DC, you finished drinking your red stripe, bro. You got
Well, Big Q gonna start popping shots, bro. So I might as well jump in front of him. Anyway, I think that's an excellent idea, Q. I just don't see the money doesn't line up.
Yeah.
I like Tyrese Jones. I just don't see them benching CJ McCullough for Tyrese, even though I know that's what's supposed to happen.
Nope.
That will make us a better team. We'll have more wins. We'll be more elite going to the playoffs the whole nine. But they won't do it.
It's the
That's why I
optics
keep
of
throwing
it.
the ideas out there like Darius Garland, LaMelo Ball, Trey Young. I keep naming people who are making a lot of money that I know if we put on this team, the way the skill sets, that they have to force CJ to the bench. Or they got to trade him if you don't go to the bench because
I get
he's
that.
not a point guard, man.
Listen, I get what you're saying, bro. But what I'm saying is eventually we do recognize that CJ McCollum ultimately is going to get traded. Or we do recognize that, right? The Pelicans are not
contract.
We hope so.
They will move CJ
Right,
McCollum.
so, yeah.
It might not happen at the same time juncture that we trying to move BI because they're trying to get a starter compared to kind of put with Zion. But we do realize when you reset the core, that means they're building around Zion. So these other people have to work in harmony with him as opposed to what we see. So we know if BI is gone, you know if CJ is gone, and CJ was supposed to be the guy that gets you over the hump when you got to the playoffs, and he disappeared in this last playoffs. And David Griffin said, "I've seen enough of that. Let me see what I can do." So
He's working out with Kevin
I would
Durant
argue
in the
Brandon
last
Ingram
couple of days.
played
So I wonder if there's anything there. You think that could be something?
Him. No.
I'm sorry, but everybody's what you said. Everybody's talking.
No, CJ McCullough been working out with Kevin Durant. Could that be anything there? Could they be looking to move on from a guy like Bradley Beal, which I don't know if I would want him, and try to get him to do like CJ McCullough?
Stop.
Could that be anything?
I mean, it could. It could. DC. I'm not certain, bro. But yeah, we know if they recertain the core, and Brandon's on the trade, CJ's on the block too. He knows that. He knows that. And if the Pelicans, like I said, man, I know they're trying to do one thing at a time. They don't want to try to do two things. It appears like they're just doing one thing at a time when they finally start getting rolling. So they're trying to find as good as talent as they possibly can. I don't know, the Sangoon thing. I get where Houston coming from. I don't, you filling out, seeing which teams want who and what with Philly and all these. Orlando's another rumored team. Detroit's another rumored team, and there's a bunch of people right now, so it's hard to kind of figure out what's going on. And there is some time going on, but man, I mean, only thing I'll say this: I don't think BI's trade value is diminished. I don't think it's diminished. I don't think it's
It's not.
diminished. I think people who know who BI is know who BI is. The people that know what they can do with him know that the guy's a team. I don't think they'll have a problem with paying their money. But like I said at the end, Brother Hakeem makes a great, interesting point about seeing who can win the trade. Like I said, if you're trying to get one of Atlanta's people, if it's a trade, they're gonna probably want you to take a bad contract or like a Capella. That was a story we covered as well. Like the Pelicans showing interest in Capella. Like, why the hell are they doing that? Because it could possibly be a thing where, it could be a thing.
He got 1 year. He got 1 year left on his deal with like $22 million, which is why most people were saying we should go after Okongwu, because Okongwu's new contract kicks in this year. I think Okongwu signed for like 3 years and $64 million. I know he's a small ball five, but if Willie is the coach, then Okongwu fits more than Clint Capella, because if you only gonna get Clint Capella for 1 year, you're gonna have to decide if you want to pay him or not. And to me, if you're gonna give up assets just for a guy for 1 year, to me that don't make no sense. Now, everybody, I don't know how everybody else feels about it, but I don't.
I like Okongwu. I just don't know if
he don't move the needle for the Pelicans. If we get Okongwu, we'd be the same team we was last year, just a little less wins.
He better than Larry.
Yeah, but we still need a center.
Yeah, a starting center.
You're still gonna need some size. I mean, I feel what you're saying. You still gonna need some size, man. You can't teach size. We need a 7 footer, and we gonna have to use
6'9", wasn't he? 6'9".
Yeah, he's 6'9". Well, Utah. I mean, we could give Utah 5 first-round picks. They still not gonna give us Walker Kessler.
Well, I don't know if y'all been noticing. Welcome. How y'all doing, family?
What's up,
What's
Davis? How you doing,
What's
brother?
But I don't know if y'all been paying attention. Utah, they just said that Utah might be willing to move Walker Kessler, as the reports came out like the last couple of days.
What's the price?
Who know? I don't know.
7 footers in the
Yeah, I don't know.
That's
You don't know what the price is, but
that's
him
Danny
just
Ainge.
it's Danny Ainge, buddy.
Watch yourself. That's Danny Ainge over there.
Two first at least. That's Danny Ainge. At least two first.
It's mean when it comes to
I love Walker Kessler, especially on the defensive end. He can anchor your defense.
So this how I think. If y'all remember when we spoke about this, when I spoke last time, I told you Utah might be the option of where we need to go to consider moving BI. So think about.
We need Lowry though.
Nah, you don't want to do that. You do not want to do that. You do not want to put BI on side of Laurie market and in the West, because all they're gonna have to do is get a point guard, and I do not doubt Danny Ainge getting that done.
Well,
they got a good young point guard.
When I think about building, I think you build for your team, and you make yourself as good as possible, and then I fight you when I have to. So my thought about it is, and Danny trying to make room for his players to play. You got Keontae George, he trying to play, so he trying to get off of Sexton.
Good young point guard.
Yeah, so he trying to get off of Sexton. If he's willing to get Kessler out of there, Danny still want tradable pieces, and he said he needs something to put next to Laurie this year. He said this year I'm kind of wanting to go in. So if you could do a BI Nance and let's say 21 for Kessler, he trying to get off of Collins too, because nobody like the
Kessler
Collins
is
money.
not that important for a BI, a 1, and Larry Nance. Absolutely not.
No, what you mean?
And Sexton.
No, it's Sexton.
Collins Sexton.
No, I'm saying let's say
Kessler and Sexton.
Yeah.
You go for Kessler, Sexton.
Nope, I wouldn't do it.
Kessler, Sexton, Collins for BI Nance, and you possibly could swap 21.
Say that again. You broke up.
One more time, because you had broke up.
He said Kessler,
y'all can hear me?
Collins.
Yeah.
Kessler. So this is my thinking. Kessler, Collins, Sexton, 10. number 10.
Oh,
But
Collins, Jaron Collins. Okay, go ahead. All right.
yeah, John Collins. John
Mm-hmm.
Collins, the
John
big.
Collins.
Number
Yeah,
10 pick.
Yeah.
I don't know about
Kessler,
John Collins.
He suck, bro.
Kessler, Collins,
he does.
Sexton, number 10. T.I. Nance. And if you keep 21, cool. But this is my logic behind it. So you got your big with Kessler, you got your 5 with
Yep.
Collins, and you got Sexton to where if you need to move it, you can still start CJ, but if you need to play somebody off your bench or point, Sexton could be your point off the bench, and you got your 7-footer. And Collins, if you need to move, you got players that you can
Stretch
package
five.
and move, right? So now you got Collins
Yeah.
20 mil, you got CJ 30. That's 50 mil you could either create in space or you could trade. At 10, if you want another guard, you could take Dillingham, Topic might fall. So now you kind of resetting your team. So you could start. So hypothetically, this is what your roster could look like. You could start to start the season. CJ, Z, Trey, Herb, Collins, or Kessler, whoever you like. Then you got off your bench Hawk, Jose still here, Sexton, Kessler, Collins, whatever you want, Dyson, and whatever, however you want to move it from there. And then you have, and then like if whoever you take at 10, I like Dillingham. So if he there at 10, say you take Dillingham, right?
I think
So
he's
then you
going
move,
6.
if you move in CJ, who knows what you could get for CJ at that point during the season. So if they start
Okay.
off strong, cool, right? But if not, now you have multiple salaries that you could move to get an actual player that can help you. Because the problem we have right now is we don't have many salaries that fit. You would have Collins 20 mil, you would have CJ 30, you would have Sexton's. I think he's getting like somewhere around 16, 20, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Yeah, 4
at
for
10,
seven.
if you took a guard, you could say, all right, all I really want out of the deal is Kessler anyway. Everything else is movable and maybe 10. You still have Dyson you could flip. I just think you could say, all right, Z, we going all in on you. We move Brandon. You play, show me what you're gonna do. And if it don't go well, we got enough pieces to say, all right, when that star come available down the line, you got most of your picks. You still got the Lakers pick, your pick. You could either blow it up for more, or you could just, you know what I mean, or you could stand how man is that from Utah. You would have flexibility moving forward, and you got a 7-footer that's cheap as hell. I think Tesla only worth like 2 mil right now.
So 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 who is your
That's
starting
an
point guard
excellent
again?
idea, brother.
Who's
And
your
you
starting
can
point
start
guard
at
again?
trading John
Hold on,
Collins because Willie gonna fall in love with him at first sight, getting rid of
Probably
Larry
We're
so.
gonna
Nance.
end up the 10th seed with that roster. That's a 10
Mm-hmm.
seed roster,
So
bro.
this
It's
the
not.
And
thing.
who the starting
But are
point
we
guard?
really trying to make the
So
playoffs?
I'm not feeling John
so this
Collins.
this
John
the thing.
Collins is
We
Your
not
can't
good.
get
last.
all them people though. The money don't match. And
So think
Utah
of
ain't doing this.
well,
I think he's just trying to make the
Bi at
salaries
30.
match with some of them, though.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
Bi is at 30, 36, and Larry's at 11. I think Collins, Kessler, and Sexton really the only players you bring back. Collins is at like 20 something. Sexton's at like 16. That's right under the 30, and Kessler only make like 2. So the money is actually not that far off. And the starting lineup, so you start the season, your starting lineup would look like CJ, Z, Trey, Herb, and let's say they start Kessler, right? That's
Mm.
essentially the same lineup that they were starting when they was on that road trip, when they won those games and all of that, when they
At the end of the
actually looked
season,
like a
yeah.
team with some spacing, with a better
Mm-hmm.
version, maybe not a better JV, but if you look at Kessler, a better defensive JV. And you got Collins to be better than Larry off the bench. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like the team is essentially still the same, but
I
you
don't
would
like
have a.
CJ at point guard. I don't like
I
CJ
don't
at
like
point.
him at point guard either.
Yeah, but
So I'm thinking about your rotation. You would have,
Mm-hmm.
instead of bringing Jose in off the bench, you could bring in Sexton,
Sexton.
Colin.
and
Yeah.
then right, and then when Trey come off, you coming back with Hulk. You know what I mean? When Herb come in, you got Dyson, or if you're not playing, however you want to work it, you still have the spacing to bring it with the shooting, and your new Larry is Collins. So technically, you upgraded your 5, and you have a better second string point guard than Jose or Dyson that plays defense, can create, can score. Honestly, that team is probably better than the team we have now.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Yeah,
you still
yeah,
I think
somewhat
it's a
building
yeah,
nice.
around
I think
him.
it's.
yeah. That's not
I think it's a
bad,
nice,
right?
cool method.
I think
I
Utah
think
would
it's a
want to
nice,
send
cool method.
more pitch your way and, probably
It's gonna
remove
be
one of the players, man.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
don't
think
know
they
about
want
Collins
I
to
think
give
it's a
now.
up
nice
all of
cool.
that. They
I
don't.
think
They're
it's a
not
nice
going to
cool
give up
method against the
Saxton, bro.
wrong
Just
team.
Lex
I
ain't
don't
feeling
know.
Collins.
Yeah.
So
I
Lex
mean,
ain't
it
feeling
was
Collins.
it was so
so
hard for to get up off him, but I don't know what it is about him, but
He
everybody be
not
ready
bad,
to
back.
sell.
say again.
I said everybody be ready to
He not.
sell when it's time for Collins. But think about this. So
He
let's
not
say they
bad
pick
though.
at
That's
10.
true.
Let's say they pick at 10. Who do you think they're gonna take? Because you got Keontae George that they want to play. They
Uh-huh.
Right,
still
he's
have
developing.
they
Hmm.
still have Jordan Clarkson that
Mm-hmm.
that he needs his minutes. At 10, they got enough big, so they're talking about picking a guard. Like at some point they gotta create space for their guards to play too.
I'd rather
So
take Marketing than
You could get
Collins.
Clarkson probably before Saxton. I think they'll probably try to finesse him in the deal.
I ain't gonna give us
I
Mark.
just don't think. I don't think they're willing to give up Saxton that easy, man. That dude was playing amazing over there for them.
I
Yeah, because
agree.
don't they need a
Yeah, I
backup
saw him in high
point
school
guard?
up here. Hmm.
I agree. But
Because Jordan's a point guard.
that's my creative deal for
They ain't
flexibility.
bad. They
It's
ain't
not
bad. I
bad.
mean,
I like
I ain't
I
bad.
like
It's
everything
just
but
I
a
like
lot
the
of
Collins.
teams
idea.
follow through with it.
But I'll take Marketing before I take Collins.
If so
What you
the
we'd have
thing
to
with
give up the phone
marketing, we
for
love
marketing.
marketing.
Yeah, I know.
And Danny would rape us to get marketing. I'm
Right.
sorry to say it
Yeah,
that way.
We won't
yeah,
have a first round pick to
yeah.
2035
Because
if we
he's
want
definitely
him.
gonna win the trade if
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah.
You know.
And I feel like if you move BI for
Anybody
like
would win
his
the trade.
auxiliary
Move
reports,
with
you
David
could at
Griffin.
least have Danny feel like, all right, look, I put a star next to my star. Because I'm pretty sure the teams in the West probably that seen BI a good little bit. BI didn't have, I mean, he didn't game winner Utah a couple times. You know what I mean? They probably teams in the West probably view Brandon a little better than some of the teams in the East. I would think.
I don't
I
know.
got an idea for a small ball 5. How about we call Chicago and see if they'll go for a straight up trade Larry Nance for Angel Reese. She averaging 12 and 10.
Oh shit, you a hot mess.
Hey
Why'd
Mo.
you say
I'm
Chicago
guessing.
and I
Hey,
was thinking about the
I
Bulls, man?
thought this man was about to talk about Isaiah
I'm
Stewart because
like,
they put him on the trade block. He said Angela Reese.
hey man, shoot, Angel
yeah.
balling,
I
man.
mean,
Angel averaging a
I'm
double
not
double.
against
I
it.
mean,
I'm just
her trade value is higher than Larry's. Hmm.
Let me throw
I'm
another
just
thought
saying.
out there at y'all. So another thought.
they gonna build around her though. Her and Cardosa.
How would y'all feel about D'Lo?
No.
Oh.
Why
Next
not?
question.
Coach killer,
Too
I
much
wouldn't.
money.
I
fit
wouldn't.
the system.
Not a true point guard.
He's too
Basically a
Right.
Well,
lower graded version of CJ McCollum.
well.
Hmm.
I think D'Lo. I wouldn't go in all the way on D'Lo like that because I feel like he did. It's just when he goes to those big market teams, bro. But
Right.
when he
When
like
he was in
when he
Brooklyn,
ain't got all that pressure on him and shit, like
Yeah, he in a
and
different
he can
state.
ball
In a different stage.
when he yeah when he can really ball and shit like that, he nice. He nice, bro. Like so, I wouldn't like just go in
LA
like he's with
twice,
LeBron.
Brooklyn once, Golden State.
A lot,
And I want
Yeah,
no
he's
more
been around.
overpaid combo guards, man. I'm up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, but he not
You
bad
can
though,
find a
bro.
combo
He can play
guard
and
for a lot cheaper,
he can
bro.
pass. He can pass. I think he'd play well. I think he'd play good off his Z.
I
He can
think the
pass and
thing
everything.
is when the pressure was on him, that's when he started to play well. And then he obviously got into a rhythm. But it seemed like when that pressure isn't on him, he's seen, especially with this Pelicans team, with this coaching staff, the leadership, all that junk. I don't think this ain't it.
Nah, I mean,
Pelicans ain't it. Because when the pressure was on him, when they were like, "Hey man, yeah, we about to trade you," what did he start doing? He started playing his butt off. But other than
But
that,
I mean, it's
he's really
not a
streaky.
bad sign. He's playing with LeBron too, though. That's a lot of motherfuckers that play with LeBron, though. A lot of
Yeah, you
motherfuckers
have
that
to
play with
I
you
LeBron.
mean,
have to
he
give
didn't
up.
do nothing before LeBron. He had Minnesota, you had the Warriors, you had the Nets. He didn't impress me like
It
that
was,
much.
but it was like it
And
was
either
like
one of them, he
it,
played
but
his best with the Nets, maybe.
like it was his. I
Yeah,
mean,
he did. I
his
agree with that.
but I feel like his style of play, like you know what I'm saying, it didn't.
Right.
It just wasn't. It wasn't needed. It wasn't needed
Hmm.
in those spots for real. For real. I feel like you know what I'm saying. Like he can. He need the ball a little bit. You know what I'm saying, and that'll be fine
Yeah,
here.
to be effective.
You know what I'm saying. We need some more people that can create and shit like that. And like he a great passer and all that. Like can shoot, got a high arc shot. Anybody like, bro ain't bad. I don't want y'all to get
Well, the
confused
Lakers
over
about
this
to
shit. Like
draft Bronny James, so he expandable. The Lakers gonna
what?
Yeah,
draft Bronny.
yeah.
Oh, you said Lakers and
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
oh yeah, for sure.
Well, shoot, Bronny ain't even as good.
I think Portland deal with us though. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
don't think they'll come off
You said
Shade and
who?
Sharp, but
Oh, okay,
Portland.
Portland.
I think they'd be willing to get off DeAndre Ayton. Now, if they get off DeAndre Ayton, I don't mind them playing center. But the other parts, we don't. They don't have too much else we need
So
because they're
you
not
want
gonna
to
get off of
bring
Shade and Sharp.
Are you
you
sure?
want to bring
Is that what we was
DeAndre Ayton to
doing?
Willie Green? Monty Williams Jr. when he couldn't get along with Monty Williams. You think that'd be
Yeah,
a
Right.
good idea?
But Monty Williams ain't on the coaching staff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
He'll give you
He got
17
a
and 10
carbon
every
copy
But he
night.
of
got
him in
Jimmy.
Willie, a
he
lesser version.
is. He really hurt his career though.
Yeah, but I mean, you know what I'm saying? Mine ain't gonna be on this staff. I mean,
He
they ain't
already
gonna bring mine
is.
down. Oh
That's Jimmy.
yeah.
He
Okay. Yeah,
already
that's right. My bad.
is.
My
You
bad.
think DeAndre Ayton going
Y'all
for
right.
the? I'm not
Look,
calling you out. I'm calling
I
you up
stand
top.
if you listen
I
to
stand
Willie,
corrected.
if you
I
listen
stand
to
corrected.
Willie and the
Y'all are
way he
exactly right.
talks, he
Hmm.
look. Monty says the
Give them
same
credit.
things. We
Right.
don't
Give them
call
credit.
we
Yeah.
don't call you out. We call you
Right.
up. That's his That's his famous
Yeah.
saying.
That boy gonna have a
What about
flashback to when he was in Phoenix listening to Willie, man.
Dog, I ain't trying to hear that.
No,
Boy, get out of here.
yeah.
It sound like
I
he'll
think
calling
be.
Kobe
me
White will
out.
be a nice little pickup. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if
So
he's a
Kobe,
starting level
yeah,
point guard, but Kobe White from the Chicago Bulls, I don't know
he
if
No,
he's
showed
never.
a
they
Yeah,
major
ain't letting him
improvement.
go.
they trying to get
Yeah,
off
Y'all
of
think he
Zach
about to give him the
Levine
bag?
and Lonzo Ball. They trying to get off of Zach
Yeah, they're
Levine and
trying to
Lonzo
get off
Ball, so
Lonzo Ball.
yep,
they're
That's why
not
they
getting rid of
got
him.
yep.
Mm.
that's
Y'all
why
think they're
they had
gonna
to
bag
let
him
him
Y'all
up?
go.
think we get
Yeah,
to my
I
Kobe?
think they're gonna start a rebuild though.
Yeah, Kobe. Hmm.
Because that was the
Yeah,
reason behind them getting Josh Giddey because they get a younger guard and plus they gonna try to move Lonzo out,
I
trying
don't
to
know
buy
who
him
gonna
out.
take Lonzo money. Lonzo ain't played in 2 years. But
Yeah, I don't know who's
good
gonna
luck
take
with
his
that.
place. You
He
know,
might have to
they
take a
would have to give
buyout
it
with
like a
him.
mini team.
Yeah, and
Willie Green
they
might
gonna
take
buy
it.
him out. They gonna buy him
Willie
out. They
gonna
gonna
take
be
it.
looking for another team. I think that's what's going on in Lonzo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He
because
probably
he
gonna be
found
able to
out how he
unite with his
works.
brother finally. Probably wind up over there
Yeah.
in Charlotte.
yeah.
Hmm.
If I'm Charlotte, I sure would do it. I'd have
What
signed
y'all
him like
think?
he ain't got nothing to lose.
What y'all think it would take for us to get somebody like Scary Terry from the Miami Heat? Y'all think he'll be a good fit?
It's
Oh,
the
Y'all think
man,
Miami
he'll be a
Heat, bro.
good
They,
fit?
they, they gonna want Brandon Ingram. Brandon Ingram, Trey Murphy, Herb Jones. That's how they
I'm
gonna be
really
talking.
not sure.
Time, yo.
Miami.
When
Yeah, I like Scary Terry.
The season is over with. Let's go
Oh
Celtics.
wow.
Let's go Celtics.
what the hell we
Okay.
got going on here?
that's DJ,
Where?
man.
Yeah. What's that?
DJ playing live, I think. Wayo, thank you
Oh,
for the super chat, fam. Says Charleston White voice. He says they town won't be high. I can't. Thank you for that, bro.
No.
It's Charleston White voice. There you
Yeah,
go.
mm.
man. But yeah, I don't want no Scary Terry. It's the last thing on my mind.
We need a
Yeah,
point guard.
I'm
Them
not
numbers ain't
sure
bad.
because I think he would
And
have.
he's a tenacious defender. He give you 2 and 1. You ain't got to go one on, one off with
Yeah, but look,
CJ
we
being the
trying to.
offensive guy and
Yeah,
Jose being the defensive guy. He give you both of
yeah,
them in one.
yeah,
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 I
man.
think he
I
does
like
That's
him.
make. He's a better decision maker and more of a two-way player. He's definitely a defensive player because he
He the one
played.
you're supposed to get besides Graham, wasn't it? Wasn't that the trade you're supposed to get the Rose over Graham? Wasn't that what it,
Yeah,
wasn't that was
That
the
would have been
mentality?
a whole lot better.
but that would have been at first. But now,
Do
gotta
anybody
get
know
something
what the
big.
asking price was for LaMelo? I heard DC say something about that earlier. Um,
What
did
was that?
Charlotte put out what was the asking price for LaMelo?
I thought they were still trying to build around him.
DC, what was
I would think so too.
I think
I mean, he's that
Brandon
kind
Miller
of
was
guy.
moving.
Who else is Charlotte building around?
Brandon Miller.
Because Miles Turner was on a one-year contract.
Brandon Miller.
Yeah,
Brandon Miller.
Brandon Miller has
Oh yeah,
emerged
I
as
forgot
probably that
about
guy
him.
who gonna wind up being a number one. He
Yeah,
looked really good last
Over LaMelo?
year. He kind
yeah.
hey, I
Brandon
mean,
was looking
he was a
good.
rookie,
Brandon
man.
looked
The
good.
dude was averaging like 18 points or something like that as a rookie.
Yeah, Brandon looked
I
good.
wouldn't put a ceiling on him. You don't know what he's gonna turn
Put you in
into.
that basket
I mean,
too.
he's
He'll
okay.
put you. He'll put you. Now he's
Damn,
good. He'll
23,
put you in that
5,
I
and
mean,
basket.
8.
he looked awesome
Ooh,
for a
LaMelo.
rookie, man. He a rookie, so
Yeah, he looked good.
Damn, LaMelo
He'll
having
put you
What
in
I
that
24,
was
basket.
5, and 8.
thinking about what?
Ain't no numbers like that.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Melo played real well, but
yeah,
does it
Melo
Yeah,
move?
do.
Melo like that.
Does it move like that needle for the Pelicans? Like we get Melo, would they be like, "Hey, we're in championship contention"?
Well,
And
I think
Yeah, I mean,
before
yeah,
I
that,
think
you
we
need
might.
to
I think they
win.
could
I
be
think we
they
might.
need a combination of that though.
And who would they want? Because you can't trade them BI. They just drafted a guy at number 3 who played decent, and they believe in
yeah.
building around him. So you can't trade them
Yeah, they
BI.
could
Who
play
else
the
would they
two.
want?
He could play the two. They could
no,
play
but
together.
Nah,
But
he's
who
saying
would
what
they want from the
if?
Pelicans?
he
Who
not.
would you
Look, he
get
don't
from
shoot threes. That's the only reason why I don't think he'll be a 2. Because he don't shoot threes. Can't have your 2 guard out there that's not willing to shoot threes.
Melo?
I
Melo
wouldn't
shoot
say
threes.
Bi isn't willing to
No.
shoot
Bi.
threes. Like I wouldn't
Oh,
say that.
but
No, I wouldn't say
Well,
he's not
BI,
okay.
willing. He don't shoot
BI.
enough of them, but I wouldn't say he's not willing.
That's the
I
only
was
stat
thinking
that
about
that make me say that. Okay,
He ain't
Bi
DeMar
made
DeRozan.
86 threes. He made 86 threes all season. He played
mhm.
1,000 more minutes than Jordan Hawkins, and Jordan Hawkins made 109. I can't call him. I
Yeah.
mean,
Well,
I
Jordan
mean,
Hawkins,
like,
especially
I,
to his
How many
threes,
threes he made in 2019?
Ingram played in the mid range.
Hold on,
how
we
many
talk.
You do.
how many threes did who make in 2019?
Bi.
Oh, I have no clue. I'm talking about 2023, 2024. How many did he make in 2019?
Well, I thought you had the stats pulled up, man. I could go find it and tell you. But
Jay
I
Black
guarantee
ain't
it's
Okay.
gonna
a hell
lie.
All
of a
right.
lot more than 86.
All right.
Soon
Jay
as
All
we
Black
right.
ain't gonna
soon as
lie,
we trade
DC.
BI, watch how you
Uh,
start letting them threes fly. Soon as we
Exactly.
trade
Now
him.
you see the vision too, kid Nola. I already know what it is. You just need a point guard, man. You need a point guard. Watch how Bi start magically shooting threes with a point guard.
You know
Oh,
what?
And
absolutely.
everybody gonna say, "Why
We're
didn't you
gonna
do that
start
in New
letting them
Orleans?"
fly, bro.
Look, any system other
but
than
why
the
he need a
Pelican
point guard to
system,
shoot threes though?
and any
See,
coach other than
He get
the
them
coach
open.
that's here with the Pelicans, hey, you have a good chance of bringing out the best in a player. Because it seems like when players leave the Pelicans, they're in a better position because they're in a better system
which,
and they
yeah.
have better
And we're,
coaching.
u- we're
Man,
unique. We're
Ingram
a
numbers
unique.
not even
What is
bad.
This
it?
type of
At
organization.
2019?
We're a unique organization. We need players that can
All right, Stab.
initiate some greatness. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? Like,
2019, brother, with Drew Holiday and Lonzo
So
Ball.
so DJ, hey, like what is
So how
Ingram's
many did he make?
market?
I can't see it.
What is the small
I'm on
forward
my phone.
market right now? Because I think if you're talking about the small
Hold
forward
on.
market, you got Zach LaVine on the board right now. You got Tobias Harris. You got Ingram. And it's a reach to say Kevin Durant. I can't see Kevin Durant not trying to run that back with Booker and maybe a better
I don't
defender
know.
slash score.
Maybe CJ trying to
But
bring
Ingram got to be
him
the
back.
number one small forward on the board because Tobias Harris gave you 0 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists in 30 minutes of play in the elimination game. And the Pelicans started looking at him. So I didn't understand why we was looking at somebody like Tobias Harris, who makes about the same amount, just a little more than Ingram.
Yeah, that's the confusing.
That didn't make no sense to me why we even looked his way, because he been on the decline the last year or two. I think Ingram gonna elevate his game a little bit, whether we trade him or not. I think he's still gonna elevate his game. I think for us, if we look at it, our situation is not bad. When Ingram is out of the lineup and you play CJ next to Zion, our numbers are really good. But that was with Jonas. That numbers was with Jonas and Herb or Trey. The efficiency for the team goes up by like plus 10 or 14 when we was like a -3. So our fix is not a major fix, but I do think the Pelicans this year should not focus on what they usually focus on, getting good role players. They need to focus on getting something big in here, whatever the cost may be. Get you a big piece in here, go big or go home this year. And that's what I think the Pelicans should focus on. Go get somebody. You tried to talk about throwing Jaylen Brown name in there, which you can't get him now. But at one point, should have went after that. Could have got Kyrie, could have got KD. Now it's Trae Young, now it's Donovan Mitchell. You got to get somebody big in here to get on side of Zion. And then go from there. Whatever that cost's going to look like, be ready to switch up this team, but for a go forward. Because in the playoffs, all these role players not going to get minutes. It's going to come down to your big
You're gonna play
whoever you got to be closers. And that's what we have a problem with. Closing games, knocking down shots, defending the rim.
That's 153 points, 3-point shots by BI 2019-2020, brother Hakeem. 150 out of 3.
So he made 150.
150 out of 384 at a 39.1%.
Okay, that's how many he made. He shot 384 of them.
That's right.
Okay.
And since
so
then,
he did that in 2000. Yeah, and since then it declined. So now I'm trying to figure out, like, okay, then it's like, okay, with Drew Brees was a better quarterback in 2018 than he was in 2009. I mean, with Drew Brees a better quarterback in 2018 than he was in 2009. Nah,
but
you know
actually,
what I'm saying? So
the next year, Hakeem, he was 150 out of 384 in 2019-2020, and then 2020 and 21 he was 143 from 375. So he was like 7 less than what he was in the year he made 150.
Was Willie here?
So my question is, so is the coach holding him back?
What you saying?
So is the coach holding him back? So is the coach holding him back?
CJ McCollum, Mr. McClickam himself, completely changed how BI plays from the 3-point line. He has an inability to adjust to other players. So if I have a major knock on him, it will be that.
I got a question. Would you take?
I don't think it's just CJ though, DC. I mean, between 3 coaches, I think it's the system. It's the coaching
and Borrego,
it's the playing
right.
Oh, Borrego, I don't know.
And Borrego had the offensive system, which that to me, they bought him in because of his offensive prowess. Brandon got mad. Well, I don't know if he got mad, but they sat up there and said that he didn't like the offensive system. So his way of rebelling was not to shoot the doggone threes. But when Borrego coached that one game in Dallas, you saw how you saw how the Florida offense, you know what I'm saying, how it went. So I just don't get, well, I mean, I don't know. I guess they must go hand in hand or whatever. So
it was a clash between philosophies. I mean, because obviously having Borrego right there in Willie's grasp, I mean, Willie, I don't think he really used it. And, I don't know. It may be a difference between, because everybody called it the Borrego offense, even when the reporters asked him. So that probably irritated him.
And I think they basically wasted the man time. He's about to be a head coach for, maybe an up-and-coming young team, whether it's Cleveland or Detroit. They're going to give him the time to go ahead and build those teams, implement his philosophy.
He ain't coming
you know what I'm saying? And draft players. Yeah. I don't even think he would. I don't even think he would come back if given the opportunity. Because we waste his time
right now.
Say again.
He not on the contract.
Oh, I
Oh,
Borrego?
don't know his
Yeah,
contract. I don't know his contract detail. What? Yeah, that's a good question. I don't
Nah, he
know.
could be signed right now. He could be signed somewhere else.
right. So I feel like I mean, if he still signed with us, I mean, if he don't go nowhere, obviously he
Well,
coming back. But
contractually, yeah, he would have to come
right,
back. Yeah,
but
contractually, but
I
unless he
think he
want to,
don't, bro.
I
go
think he
like
gone, man. He
Dan
gone.
yeah,
Tony and
yeah, he's
never
running
show
around the
face.
whole
I
country.
mean,
That
if
dude's trying to
anything,
find anything but coming back to the Pelicans.
you look
hmm
at how Detroit lining up. That's Langdon up there as the VP, and he worked
hmm
with him for that year. I mean, and Borrego, he can, he got some skill to him. And Lex,
Yeah,
just to kind of jump off that point when you was talking about the Borrego offense, we didn't see it until after that second Dallas game.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
I mean, and that's
hmm
because Willie was sick. So
yeah,
Willie had a dampering effect on what the offense was doing for real. Because
yeah,
it didn't because we were making shows saying, fam, where is this vaunted Borrego offense? It looked like the same trap crap that we had last
yeah.
year
And you know what
until
he did in
Willie
the
got
locker
sick.
room?
And Willie
That's what
got sick for that C19 game, and
Mm-hmm.
Borrego was the coach. Then you seen it just
Do you
we
think?
see.
Do you think they talk about that? How we be talking about that? Like the
I mean,
team?
probably
I mean, probably
the
not.
players.
Yeah, like the
Players?
players.
I think they
Yeah.
do. If you listen to Buku Reedy, they got a few insiders. They say, they say some stuff, that go on behind the scenes, and they said that they, basically discuss it. That's why folks found out that Brandon, what I'm saying, was kind of rebelling against the offense
Yeah, it
because,
was him the whole
you
time.
know, yeah, it was him. It wasn't, when,
Everybody wanted to
they
play
told
Zion,
they
which
told
was
Borrego's whole playbook up because, they said that Brandon didn't like, the system and how it was being run and what he was asked to do and stuff like that. But I mean,
So much for
I
Darius
don't know.
Garland and Jared Allen.
For that shit, man. For that
Say it
shit,
again,
man,
DC.
for that shit to look
I say so
19 high.
much for us getting Darius Garland and Jared Allen
we didn't
for
want.
Bi. You ball that up, throw it away.
Mm,
I mean, who knows though? Who knows?
I
But
don't think I
I
like to.
mean, Brandon even admitted. If y'all listen to his exit interview and his
he wanted a
interview
point
before
guard,
that,
right?
I mean, he
hmm
said from the time that he played for FIBA to all his play of this year, he said
he's a
it was
bum.
a poor. This is the poorest that he's played as a Pelican. He actually said those words. That came from his mouth.
hmm
So he knows that he played bad. If you listen to him, he says that he wasn't buying in. He was trying to not make it sound so bad, but he wasn't bought in.
But he
Why
gone
It's
with
is
like
them.
that,
he was
Lex?
He
a
gone with
huge
them.
problem.
He
Why
gone.
is that, Lex?
Huh?
Why is that, Lex?
He want to do what he want to do.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
and the thing is, I think it's funny because a lot of people immediately jumped on Zion, and Zion, he did come out and say, I'm having trouble buying in, but
Right. I'm gonna play my
I'm gonna
role.
push, I'm gonna try, I'm gonna
hmm
make an
Yep.
effort. You heard
Yep.
those words too. But
And he actually did,
nobody
though. He
had
actually started
compassion or
playing
anything
defense.
about when he came out with
He
that
did.
stuff. But Brandon, at the end of the season, it all came out.
Right.
It's
hmm
like okay, dude, you don't want to get better. You have
Right.
to listen and be open to in order to grow. And he wasn't doing that. That's why instead of going up, dude dropped. He did not play well. Even when he was healthy, he still wasn't playing well. He still wasn't playing well. I mean, he had, especially the second half of the season, his numbers weren't looking good. Now he was doing other things, but as far as really being
Yeah.
productive on the offensive end, his offense went down.
I told you my man's going
hmm
through a basketball identity crisis.
I
Told
think the
y'all that.
biggest problem with Ingram, though, was his
Told y'all
problem
this.
with what the main thing I had a problem with Ingram with is every shot he was taking, it had to be a tough shot. Even with
Yes.
nobody on him.
Thank
Like, why
you.
are you spinning when nobody's on you?
Yeah.
Oh, you got a point guard in front of your face
That's
like Trey
crazy.
Young. What you turning your back on the spin around shot for?
The
You
fuck?
you right at the basket.
And
6
something's
feet.
wrong
You
with
eight.
that too.
Not
Every
cutting to the
shot should not
basket.
be a tough shot.
And that's that. And then the trade with Ingram, it's gonna have to cover two positions. So when I look at trades and they talk about Ingram, we got to cover either the guard, point guard, center. And the only teams I see we could do that with is if we hit the Nets for Mikal Bridges and Nick Clax, hit the Cavs, see if we could get at Jared Allen, Mitch, Jared Allen and somebody else if they ain't willing to give up Mitch, and Trae Young and Clint. How we do that and match the salary and get a trade done, that's gonna help us. I ain't worrying about helping them. We could ride other teams. Well, how do we get that done?
You got to
going backwards.
Well, you got to throw something in the pot that you don't want to throw in the pot. That's what it comes down to. You got to throw something in the pot.
We gotta hype Dyson up.
We gotta
hype Dyson up, man. I really don't want to give you Dyson. It's our best defender. He led the league in deflection.
I'm not hesitant about trading Dyson. I'm saying
young and he's a
defense. I'm saying right, Hakeem. That's what they're gonna want. They're
gonna want, because they're gonna want to win this trade, and they know how important Herb is. You know, it would have to take somebody of that caliber of a player instead of somebody like Dyson, who probably be out the league in like 2 years. You know what I'm saying?
Look, the Celtics,
that's one thing you does play a part in it.
Mm-hmm.
We need to have people like the Celtics. Like, look, give us Trae Young without giving y'all Ingram, Zion, or CJ. The same way the Celtics be doing it.
Man, the thing is, man, we talking about these trades and stuff, and it's like, bro, we the only team that got to do all this extra shit to make a trade. When I be looking at all this, when I look at all
they be trying to play us, bro.
You know, that's your GM. Your GM/vice president, man. A lot of bad relationships, connections, they burn people.
There you go.
Nah, when the Lakers got D'Lo, they didn't have no picks. They only had like 2 second rounders and nothing but trash players. They got D'Lo, Vanderbilt. They got Rui. I was like, what is going on?
Yeah,
I mean, imagination.
Rob Pelinka.
Imagine it. They got Vanderbilt and Mo Bamba, and when the Lakers second round picks.
Everything. But like
they ain't have nothing.
Business and relationships.
Yeah.
Well,
I think the market matters too, though. Matters too, though. Big market, small market.
Griff don't have good
hired a connected man
around the league.
Mm-hmm. Hold on, Lex. Hold on. I thought you hired a guy with connections.
Who's that?
Wasn't that what Griffin was? He won a championship ring. Comes from Cleveland.
We all know that was LeBron.
Now hold on.
He was the GM. He was the GM for the Phoenix Suns when I was living out in Arizona back in the early, 2000, back with them Joe Johnson and Sean Marion team. Yeah. So he actually came from Phoenix and then went to Cleveland. So, but like you said, Q, it's rumored that he has all these connections, but
but we all know who he drafted. Y'all know who he drafted, right? The biggest bust
Don't say it.
NBA history.
Come on, Lex, don't do it to him again.
Come on, Bennett.
No, I'm just saying. Like, this is
that was David Griffin.
Don't do it to him again.
That was David Griffin.
I'm just gonna leave it at that.
And they asked him what did he think about the draft?
Check this out, Lex.
And why did he mess it up? He said sometimes people
F up. No more. He had to outdo that one. Like, nah, I'm gonna do even better. I'm gonna draft Anthony Bennett.
But he gonna. But for him drafting Bennett, he gonna turn around and say, "Well, I did trade Andrew Wiggins for Kevin Love, and we wind up winning the championship." That's how he gonna try to go ahead and match that.
That's what he's living off
of.
Right.
Exactly.
Do y'all think a trade with Detroit for Ingram would move the needle for us? If they give us like Ivy and that center they got?
I think they'd be willing.
That hit 20 or 25.
Jalen Duren? Yeah, Jalen Duren.
That moves the needle for us.
We could get the fifth.
They might be willing.
That's cool.
They might be willing.
Swap 5 for 21 and look, so send it in.
Yeah, that's cool.
Pelicans need Cade Cunningham.
Yeah.
5 for 21.
Yes, indeed.
We do less, but are they gonna give up Cade? I would love Cade. Are they gonna give him up?
What team is rebuilding right now? What teams are rebuilding?
Rebuilding?
Anybody who rebuilding, they try to pretend like they're not rebuilding, other than Portland.
Because I noticed
the other people being honest about it.
The Wizards,
Detroit, Washington, Toronto. And
Yeah,
I actually like
But
a
have
couple
y'all
pieces that
noticed?
Toronto got.
Have
Spurs,
y'all
they're in a
noticed?
rebuilding
Yeah,
stage.
I
Toronto.
got a couple.
Yeah, you're right.
Detroit not trying to
Have
I
get
y'all
got a
big. They
couple of
noticed
trying
the
pieces in
Celtics?
Toronto that.
The
Mm-hmm.
Celtics take advantage of teams that's rebuilding. They got Derek White when they was rebuilding. They got Kristaps
Mm-hmm.
when they were rebuilding. They got Drew from the Blazers. They didn't get Drew from Milwaukee. They take advantage of teams
Are
that's
you sure
rebuilding,
they
and
were
we
still
could
in
do
the
the same
rebuilding
thing.
stage? Because they were still winning.
The Blazers?
Who?
No, the Celtics.
I don't think he ever
But I'm
played though.
saying they
No,
took
No, he talking
advantage.
about
you talking about
I'm
They
talking
Porzingis,
about the
Lex?
they
other
took
team.
Because
good
they got them
pieces
from
from
Dallas when they was
those
still winning.
losing teams.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
losing
yeah.
team.
See what I'm
Okay then.
saying? Yeah,
Okay,
they
yeah,
got big
yeah.
I
pieces from them
misunderstood
losing
you.
Yeah.
teams, so we could do the same thing. Whoever rebuilding, give us y'all player without us having to give up much, but
Yeah.
like the picks we got, if
Yeah,
we
but
The
have,
Hawks
you
is
know,
kind
The
of
only
rebuilding, but they want to keep a guy that they can
They
build
trying to act
around
like they not.
instead of rebuilding the whole church. You know what I'm
I feel
saying? They
like
just want to replace the steeple.
some teams is in the middle where they on the verge of like seeing it can be a winning product or
Mhm.
what is it. So I think the Hawks is in
Now,
that middle.
now, one
You
of the
know,
more interesting teams that, and I found it shocking, but one of the more interesting coaches is the coach from Memphis. They said that he on the hot seat with all the good that he's done over there. You know what I'm
he on the hot
How
saying?
can
seat.
he
who
be? Who
did?
Like
said
I
that?
don't,
Who?
huh?
there's no way he's
Who
on
are
the
the
hot
sources
seat.
that said
Well,
that?
Yeah.
you know
Who
what?
who did
Absolutely
you
Uh,
not.
say?
You know what? I wouldn't put nothing past
Taylor,
it because
Taylor, go ahead, go ahead.
Oh no.
I
Look,
wouldn't
His
put nothing
best
past
player
it.
it's
missed
I'm
the
t-
whole
the
year. What they thought was
game.
gonna happen?
Yeah, but I
I
wouldn't put
saw it on
nothing past it
NBA TV.
because they
That's
probably like,
crazy.
look,
Yeah,
we
you
made
know,
it to
they
the
don't really
playoffs
know
and
what they talking
we
about
not.
sometimes.
Yeah, but I
Yeah, they
wouldn't put
just
nothing past
making
it
up
because Memphis,
stories.
they hold their organization to a high expectation.
They
And
got a
they
Yeah,
good
in the
they
last
the
GM
Hmm.
too.
grindhouse.
right in the last three playoffs, they kind of got put out a little early, so they're looking
See,
at that.
there it is right there. That's what I'm talking about.
They
Yeah,
I
made
don't
it to
know
the
what
second
how valid.
round. Is
I don't know
John
how
Moran's
valid.
they
for
went through
second
I don't
year?
know how
they
valid it
went through
is,
their
but
suspension.
that's it right there.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know how valid it is, but I
that
mean,
makes sense though.
that's what I saw right there.
That makes sense. They like, dog. If you can't get us over the hump when Ja come back this year, we gonna move on and we try to get somebody that's gonna elevate because they feel
And
like
Memphis got a
what they
good.
got,
Hmm.
what they got with Ja, they feel like they can take that over the top with the right coach, and that's the right approach. I ain't gonna lie, that's the right approach. They know what they doing. They know exactly what they doing. It's
But
us
you
we
know
don't
what
know.
though? At
That's why
least
that's why they look crazy because we don't know what we doing.
Hmm.
yeah. Because at least they keeping that pressure on
Real
him.
talk.
Because
Right.
pressure is what brings the best out of you. It's
Yep.
either gonna do
Yep.
one or two things: bring the best out of you, or you gonna fold.
Straight up.
So
Let
yeah,
Yeah.
me
what
let
the
me
I
give a
thought that
little.
was crazy too.
Let
I
me
thought it
drop.
was crazy too, but
Let me talk about this article right quick, brother Hakeem, because you dropped something. I went and did the research here, and put it on the screen for you. Western
hmm
Conference coaches. Now, this is from all Grizzlies fan nation. Memphis Grizzly head coach Jenkins could reportedly be on hot seat. 3 Western Conference coaches reportedly on hot seat. Right in this article,
hmm
and the Athletics John Hollinger revealed 3 Western Conference NBA coaches that could be on the hot seat for next season. 3 names. 3
good.
names that come up
Hmm.
in my conversation with folks.
None of
The
them women.
league were Memphis Grizzlies Taylor Jenkins, the New Orleans
Hmm.
Pelicans Willie Green, and the
Okay.
Portland Trail Blazers Chauncey Billups, wrote Hollinger.
Okay.
Well,
That's
that's the
valid.
3 names that he talked
I am
about.
surprised that Chauncey still got a job though, even though he was dealt
Yeah,
a bad hand.
he been doing
But
terrible.
yeah, I am surprised that Chauncey still is in Portland though. Like they didn't have much to work with.
got
I
more
mean,
of
that's
an
gonna take a while out
Man, that
there,
man
but
took that
I'm
job
surprised
thinking
he's
Dame
still.
Lillard was gonna be there.
Right.
Yep.
That's right.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but
yeah, nah,
the Taylor Jenkins thing, yeah,
mm,
that blew me out the water. I'm like, this
yeah.
man has been consistently winning for the
Look,
last 4
I wouldn't
years.
mind him being the Pelicans coach
I
because
was just about to say we could do one of
Absolutely.
those.
that
We could
dude
pick
is
him up,
he's nice.
and he'll be so
Yeah.
hungry too. He'll be hungry as hell.
Show
He'll
would.
be
Hmm.
like, they let me go, all right, and we in the
And
same
Memphis is
division, all
drafted
right.
well. I mean, look at
Yeah,
their
they
coach.
have.
They have a really good young core. I know Brandon Clark got
They
hurt
picked
this
up
year,
Jemison
but you
from the Squadron.
Yep.
You be talking about
And
that,
then you
yeah.
got, you got Ja, you got JJ, and then you got my boy that looked like a
DG,
middle linebacker.
DG.
Yeah,
NBA
the
young
what's the
boy.
name?
That's NBA young boy.
Oh, you talking about Bane, Desmond Bane?
Yeah,
Oh
Desmond
yeah,
Bain look
bang,
like
right.
Demario Davis out there. You know
Yeah.
what
Of
I'm
course,
saying? So
yeah.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? So they got a good young core. If they come back healthy, that's why I said 45 games next year might put us in the top 4 because of who all is coming back, who all is making the ascension. You got to put the Rockets in there because you know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying. They
But
have
there ain't no.
Ime Udoka is good for 10 wins just by him being the coach.
But
You know what I'm saying?
we can't worry about the number of wins. We just got to win because the numbers going to interchange.
Yeah, it's about just building those winning habits, man, because we
Yeah.
saw throughout the season the changes of style of play, the energy wasn't there, the turnovers was a problem, hitting free throws was a problem. I mean, it's like the Pelicans never put everything together. But I think that's the biggest thing because it seemed like once the playoffs came and down the stretch, the Pelicans started getting exploited.
How y'all doing, guys?
Yeah.
What's up, DJ?
DJ.
How you doing, man?
Hold up, man. We got to read the super chat up here. Gulf Coast Squadrons. Teams inquire about Denny Avdivia. Denny Avdivia should be a target for the Pelicans. Just adding a center, not making Pelicans a serious contender. What y'all think?
Remember, I said that earlier about
Shout
Denny.
out to you,
Yeah.
DC, for
Pre-
super chat, bro.
appreciate your Gulf
Mm-hmm.
Coast Squadron, man. Appreciate them 10 bones, bro.
Yep.
All right, so what y'all think?
DC read that perfectly.
Well,
Thank you,
first of
DC.
all,
Yeah, so what y'all think, people? What y'all think, man?
I mean, y'all said it
I
earlier.
like
well,
I
first
said,
of
I
all,
saw him.
Y'all said that they play the same position. What you call them?
He plays like the 3 or the 4. I saw him, again, when I was back home for Mardi Gras this past year, I went to the game that Wednesday and he gave us 43. But I think he plays the
He said
same
the same way.
position. Yeah, he I think he played the same position as BI. And if Trey is going to slide into into that spot, then I don't know where he fits because Herb is
They be a
still going to
nice
play the
small
2.
ball.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
still need a point guard though, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Still
that
gotta
yeah,
have that
Lex.
point guard. I mean,
Yeah,
Well, I
Lex.
guess
that's
that's what.
gonna the type of point guard that the Pelicans get is gonna make this team more of a contender.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess that's when Tyus and Denny will probably be a package. It may be another guy on that team.
Mm-hmm.
Tyus, Denny. I don't know who the hell the Wizards got.
Oh,
I
they
need
Oh,
my
you
got
talking about as
Jordan
far as their
Poole,
guards?
man. Ain't got not anybody.
Jordan Poole. They got
No, hell
Kuzma.
no, hell no.
Cancer.
He
Yeah.
make too much money.
Cancer, AIDS, herpes, whatever you
Um,
want to call
they
it,
got
whatever.
Damn, how the man
What?
became a cancer? What?
Wimbenyama's
That,
teammate from
everybody won't fight him. Everybody won't beat him up. He
You
already
said
got punched in
Wimbyama's
the eye.
teammate?
Who else beat
Who?
him up other than
yeah,
Draymond? I ain't heard about
he's
nobody
a
else want to fight the
rookie. Well,
man.
he's not a rookie. He's going into his
They just
sophomore
said
year.
that
Oh,
he's a bad
Cooley.
locker room guy, DC.
Cooley. But is it how is he on the off? He is a great defender. Cooley. Balu.
Yeah,
Bilal.
yeah, him.
Bilal.
Koulibaly?
Denny. So you
Yeah,
want
Koulibaly?
Bilal, Denny,
yeah,
and
Koulibaly.
Ty. If we can get Bilal, but that's a lot of guys playing in similar positions.
But I think somebody had said that his player comp is like Matisse Thybulle. You know what I'm saying? And it's a good,
That's,
nice 3-and-D wing.
but we need more offense,
But
man. We don't want
yeah,
Willie to keep falling in love,
right, right. We done had the number 6 ranked
But you know
defense
what?
for
We
the
know what
last 2
he does
seasons.
with offense, though.
Huh?
We know what he does with offense.
Yeah, he's
Well,
allergic
we
to it.
want somebody that's able to play both sides, but that's pretty good on offense, though. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So as long as they can play both sides pretty well.
Okay, I got a question for all you.
Why do we care about him playing both sides? We got all these good defensive players already.
No,
Give me a supreme offensive talent.
They need to
No,
play
I'm saying
defense.
Willie.
Oh,
because he's not going to play them if you more of offense and
No
little
defense.
defense.
Man, if they making
That's
over
what he
$12
did
million,
Jordan
he ain't
Hawkins.
got a choice. If they making over $12 million, I bet you they play.
Yeah, no, you're right.
If they don't play, he's gonna get fired.
Well, I hope they play more than CJ because that dude didn't have a lick of defense. That dude was being hunted on defense, and he was still playing.
David Griffin playing
And then
playing defense. Lex will putting CJ out there because he got 33 million reasons. It would
Yeah,
be
I know.
offensive to not
That's
play
why we got
CJ
33
McCollum.
million reasons to get rid of him. Because I'm not trying to have no 33 mil coming off no bench. That's
Right.
crazy.
Yeah. See that'd be the
Didn't
hard
Russ
justification.
come off the bench for something like that with the Lakers?
You know what?
Y'all,
No,
hey, y'all,
no. Pelicans can't do that. He was doing that with the Clippers. But I do have a question for all y'all though.
okay.
I don't know the situation of him, but how do y'all feel about Paul George?
No.
He's a
he ain't got that.
veteran.
Hey, Lex, he won't be able to show us the edge. Okay, I don't think he got that edge anymore.
Yeah.
You think he can do better than CJ and BI?
See,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Is he an
Yeah.
upgrade or a downgrade?
Yeah,
You know what
it's
I'm
kind of
saying?
hard with him, bro. Like it's like
Yeah,
I say,
upgrade, but there's too much
It's
money, man, and it still don't put us in that next
and
category
he's
where we need to be.
30 and he'll be 35 this year.
And,
yeah, he
and
So
then you
getting
put
older.
somebody else in
like
Trey Wade.
He losing some of that edge.
I
mhm.
mean, did we have edge with CJ and BI?
No,
Nah,
but
we
I'm
don't.
just saying, like if we going, but let's be
We don't.
trying,
We don't. We
I'm
don't.
just
No, I'm just
saying.
But
I'm
saying,
just saying, like
mhm.
because
yeah, but
Paul George is a two-way player. He's a
Not
veteran.
true.
Mhm.
He can handle the rock. I feel like he
yeah,
handles the rock way better than CJ.
yeah,
He likes to shoot threes,
yeah,
Absolutely. He does. He
and
yeah.
pulls.
we need that.
Now, yeah,
He's
Lex,
efficient from
I
back
wouldn't
there.
mind
I
it,
like to
Lex.
think.
I wouldn't mind it if that's what it came to, but I mean, I'm just not aiming for that, If it
And I
And I
came
mean,
think
down,
he wants to play for a contender. Like,
yeah,
I don't think he wants to be on a team that's up and coming. That's why I think they keep mentioning Philadelphia because
he said he didn't mind.
they're trying to move
That
heaven
was
and
on
earth.
his.
Oh, okay. I mean, I know they're trying to move heaven and earth to get Joel Embiid, the closest shot that he can to get a title. Because
before he done,
I think the pressure he's putting pressure on the organization to move people. Because if you saw him on the post game show, during the finals, he was kind of throwing these little hints out like we need to do this,
yeah,
we kind of need to do that. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? So
And plus,
I
this
think JoJo
time,
might give him one more year and he might ask out. And I think the Knicks might be his next destination.
yeah,
You know
plus
what I'm
this
saying?
time
If
more
they can get rid
limited.
of right.
Plus Joel time
'Cause
more limited than Zion's. Joel,
right. He hadn't played a full season ever.
man, them knees is bad, man.
No.
Yep.
Them
Well, the
knees
And
is
thing
bad,
is, I
man.
mean, that's why they should have kept Jimmy. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Because I
yep.
mean, you got to have players around your stars, that are
Mm-hmm.
reliable. That
but they
way,
was,
it's not
Mm-hmm.
too much on that one person. Because
yeah,
again, if you look at the Celtics, everybody's a weapon. Everybody holds their own.
yeah.
Like
I think,
you don't even have to have one person to give you like 40 or 50 points.
Right.
Because that's how productive everybody is on the team. And it's not just like, just putting up points. They're impactful on the defensive end
Mm-hmm.
and offensive end.
Yeah. Peyton Pritchard is the best half court shooter in the league. You got you know what I'm saying, Hauser
You
comes
mean
off
it
the
ain't
bench and gives
Damian?
you threes.
It ain't Dame Lillard? Come on now.
Yeah.
What?
That's right.
Look, it
what is
ain't
that?
Yeah, man. Oh man. Yeah. I mean, the Celtics are just built to win. And you know what? They're willing to go into the tax to keep their team together. They have to re-sign Derek White. They say they're gonna have four
They've
players
already
making over $100
re-signed
million.
you.
But that, the Celtics and the Warriors kind of have the same mentality, and I love it because money is not the object. You know what I'm saying? The object is to win as
It's the
much
win.
as you can.
Why
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
got
you know what I'm saying? They saying everything else is gonna mask itself. The merchandise is gonna sell. You know,
Yeah.
so for all this money
And
we're
then,
paying on the tax, we're gonna get it back through other means.
yeah.
You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
And then
question.
bonuses,
Hmm.
all
How
star.
how y'all feel about because since we need an assistant coach, right? And we talk about covering two positions, right? Here's another player that may can cover two positions for us. Chris Paul. How y'all feel about him covering the point guard and covering as assistant coach on the team? Because he'll cover both. And no, seriously, no, he will. He really will.
I don't want
Man,
to, bro.
you know
That's
what?
consistent.
Possibly head
We do
coach.
have to
40
sometimes
Consistent.
years
have some
old.
trade packages for the VP and head coach positions too.
Yeah,
I like
40 years
seeing
old.
Pressy and whoever they VP is.
Chris Paul.
Same
I
thing
wouldn't
with
mind
Right.
Chris
Dallas.
Paul here, man. Chris
But
Paul
yeah,
would help out a lot, dog. Like
yeah,
I'm
he
talking about
would.
like that's like just how when Rondo came over here, helped AD and them. Chris Paul would do the same thing, bro. I think I don't want us to underestimate that too, bro. Chris Paul will help us,
We
bro.
don't want Chris Paul.
No,
We
no,
do
no,
not
bro.
want Chris Paul.
He
I
will
think
help
he's
us,
ring
bro.
chasing at this point. I think
Bro,
he's
he
ring
will.
chasing at this
Yeah, but
point.
I'm saying if he came over, he will help us, bro. I'm telling
Mm.
you, this shit is from a coaching standpoint. He will help us, and that's huge because we ain't got no coach. He will help us. Everyone Chris Paul been, bro. He gave Monty two. He gave Monty two coaches of the years.
Hmm.
Come on, bro. Like he will come over here and help us, bro. And like I said, what do you on 1 more year? He got 1 more year left. We probably can. I don't know. Maybe we can restructure a contract or something like that. I don't know how Chris Paul's feeling. And
Only
maybe he
thing
will come
is
over here because
attrition.
he knows that I mean he's been a little banged up lately. I don't think too many people want him. So come over here, man. We can be utilized, man. In the
No,
coaching
no,
Why,
way.
why not go get
And, and, and-
Jimmy Butler since we added with Chris Paul? At least he a few years younger.
yeah, but I'm talking about like dog, somebody that can really impact us as a whole, man.
I mean,
Like
You
well,
don't think Jimmy Butler would impact you as a whole?
hey,
he
Jimmy
might
got a whole lot of dog. He
right. That's what
look,
I'm saying.
he
He
go
Hmm.
might he
each
might
person curse him out.
call it a little balance. Like
You
like
ain't
Jimmy might
nothing.
come over this motherfucker and be
Man,
too much with him.
man, trade all these niggas, man.
Jimmy single-handedly made Carl
We need
Anthony
Jimmy.
Towns a perpetual #2 player forever.
Now I ain't gonna lie,
Yep.
Jimmy would he will help
He
feel
sure did, DC.
Zion though. Zion like that. He like that motivation. You know what I'm saying? He do well with that. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So Zion be fine. That'll help boost Zion. But like I like Chris Paul for Zion because they're like he helps him with the details of the game, with details of maybe the body, for everything, bro. I feel like Chris Paul is a basketball savant overall in all aspects that can really help us, help Zion. You know what I'm saying? Help the coaching staff. Willie he has a lot of trust in Chris Paul. He would listen to Chris Paul, just like how Darvin Ham would
He played with him.
LeBron James. Yeah,
He
you know
played
what
with
I'm
him
saying?
here in New Orleans.
He be like, hold on, Willie, I got this. He'll do that. Let me give him the
Yeah,
Yeah.
clipboard. He'll do that. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't
would CJ
underestimate that.
still be on the team?
Oh,
I don't want
even
both
if
of them.
he is, bro, Chris Paul is a good leader.
So
Chris
is
Paul,
CJ supposedly.
no, hell no, man. CJ might be good in
Look,
business,
there's too much
Yeah.
politics.
I don't
but
know. I mean, I
I don't
understand
want
what
any.
you're saying,
I don't
Don.
want a whole lot of political leaders.
don't. But
I
man,
get
you
what
can't
you're saying.
that's
I
because you
get what
don't need.
you're saying on the Chris
Yeah,
Paul thing, bro. I do.
yes, man.
I don't. I think he'll be a really good. I would like him as an assistant coach. I don't know if the Pelicans.
Well,
I don't know if
we
he
can
works.
start it all by that and then move it to that.
Yeah, but I don't think Chris Paul is coming. If he's
He
not
ain't
going to
in
work
that
for cheap
mindset yet.
as a player. He doesn't take
Well,
anything
where is
cheap.
he? Is
That's
he
the
on a
only
contract
thing.
now?
This organization.
No, but no, he's not on the contract right now. I think he's
So
a free
who?
agent. Isn't he a free agent?
No,
So
he's under contract, Q,
okay, he
but
on the contract.
his
So
contract is so
30.
high.
It's
They
like
talking
30. Yeah.
about buying him out just to get rid of it because I think it might even have another year.
Yeah.
Oh no,
I don't know if it has. It's just
I
one
feel
more
like
year.
that's
like I
Chris
said,
Paul,
economically.
I think you could get Chris Paul realistically for maybe about
Yeah,
16, 18 million a year.
right.
yeah,
I
Because
but
at
think
this
that's
point in his career, he
kind of the
knows
price.
it ain't even no more ring chase for him, I don't believe. It's not. It's over. He know.
It's more so about where
He
he can.
does.
Yes,
I don't
it's
know,
a more
man.
so about where he can. That ended this year where he like, all right, bro, like I'm on another team. Warriors falling off. Fuck it. He's worried about his next step in his career, man. At this point, he appreciated the game for what it is, and
I
he's
don't
trying to
know.
figure out where
You
he can
must
make
have
an
talked
impact.
to him,
My,
DA man.
but that's another component of the problems the Pelicans face. It's not like they're a team that got a bunch of cap space and you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They got to do a lot of stuff, restricted because of the money and everything. I mean, boy, they got a I ain't gonna say a difficult task, but they got to hit on some stuff. And like if you can get the Pelicans can get Trey Young, and they can they can get a Congo if they wanted, but you're gonna have to give up somebody you don't want to do to get them.
Yeah. And do we make this trade before the draft or after, during? What you think?
I think probably all this happens after the draft, brother. I
Yeah.
think all
Really?
this can happen. I
Yeah.
don't think they would trade
Look
the
how
draft is
fast they
next week.
moving,
Yeah,
Don. They
right.
moving so fast.
No,
You
that
know what I'm saying? They're moving
let's
with the purpose, aren't they?
passion, purpose, pride, and when that they back up, wasn't that the
After the
logo
They,
back in the
say
after
Lex,
the
they
draft.
wait. They wait,
So
Lex,
we not
for
doing
after
that.
the draft.
Yeah.
You
Wait,
sure?
look, and they
Gonna do
look
everything after the draft.
2 years later, still waiting. And you know what?
The
Look,
draft is next.
The Pelicans are
We're gonna be waiting for the
waiting
draft
so
next year
I
long.
too,
don't
though.
know.
Look,
I mean, Wednesday.
everybody's gonna be off the board by
I
the
don't know
time
though,
they
y'all.
decide to make a move. And
So
really, it almost feels like
Everybody.
one person, which is Griff,
Mm-hmm.
he's trying to do all the research and the marketing. I'm like, dude, do you have a team? Do the Pelicans have a team for this stuff to make
Man,
these
what you
type
talking
of
about? Lex?
decisions?
That's Doc Ock, man. That man got 8 arms. He can do it all himself.
Exactly.
I'm trying to tell you.
That's why they moving so slow. That's why
I'm
it's not
trying to
as
tell you.
efficient.
So it's
He
not
gonna do it.
collective effort.
He
Like
gonna
you
he gonna
have
do the
to make
contracts
a
too. When we fired lost our contract person, he gonna do
hey,
them too.
I know Sam Presti, he using his team. Look what they got. I'm still tripping off that. They got Alex Caruso
Russo
and traded off Josh Giddey. I
and
mean,
had the
I'm
number
sorry.
one
They won
seed.
that deal. They were a number one seed team. You get another veteran, a two-way player, a strong two-way player, because he was second all defensive team. It was all guards. Man, they won that straight
They
up.
would
I'm like,
they would have
golly, that
beat
was
us. They would have beat us even worse with Caruso.
I know.
They would have. We would have probably never scored no points.
And the thing is, the Pelicans, they struggling on just getting a point guard, man. This is sad. This is sad.
Well, they're
Why are
not
we still
struggling.
talking about this?
They're wearing their and listen. I'm glad you asked that, Lex. You present this to the panel. Shout out to the family members listening to us. We'll go a little bit longer, but I'm glad you said that because I'm gonna bring some light here. I just got off the phone with David Griffin about a few minutes ago, and David Griffin wanted me to give all you guys this message. Number one,
Okay.
he's not gonna give up his beautiful
I
human
thought,
beings philosophy. So don't stop.
I thought you were
That's number
trying to
one.
be motivational. I was
Okay.
Number
What
two,
else he say?
number two, he says, Don, that he may make sure to mention you and say, hey, tell that Don up there that, hey, man, I know what I'm doing. And DC, he meant to tell you, say he don't have 8 arms, he has 2 arms. It just looks like that because he's fast. Okay, that's all he had to say. So I just
okay,
Big Q,
good.
you
He
didn't
didn't say nothing to me
articulate.
because I would have given it to him. You know
You
what I'm
didn't
saying?
articulate the message in the candid way that I would have had you
he
approach
wasn't
it,
talking
Big Q.
like that.
So
That's the funny
I
part.
would like to step in and leave an announcement, just to drop a few things here. As Big Q would call it, some tidbits. We are still building an organic, sustainable
From what?
future here with the New Orleans tidbits. Big Q, you say it all the time.
Giblets.
We are
Giblets.
giblets and tidbits, yeah. Yeah, country boy,
Giblets.
you are. You're a wonderful human being. I love when you say that. We are building an organic, sustainable culture here still,
Did you say
and
organic?
Yes, he
yes,
did.
only
Oh,
organic. I only shop at Whole Foods, and
wow.
we're going to the draft on Thursday,
Organic, though. It's not
and we will
organic.
come out with an excellent prospect, and then we will continue to move forward with our future of building a
Organically.
wonderful team here. that we can build organically. That's right, and bring in a new family of people, because this is a wonderful culture we have here, and we only want wonderful human beings. So we're watching all of our draft picks right now, and if they have any misdemeanors or felonies on their jacket ever in their life, they're completely denied access to the Pelicans program. So we're working through that, and talent is second after being a wonderful human being. So we're looking at a bunch of trade picks. They actually called us about LaMelo Ball, but he is a bit of a problem, and his brother was stealing overseas. So I don't know if he's the best human being for us. But with all that being said, there will be major, major, major changes this year, and we
Oh my.
will grow and flourish into the future as a top flight organization as we swoop
Oh,
and
DC, DC,
fly above all other
DC,
organizations as the Pelicans.
A whole
hey,
lot of
DC.
a whole
Now
lot
say all
a
that
whole lot
in
of
your
nothing.
Jamaican accent,
Griffin,
Mark.
can we ask
What does that shit even mean?
A whole lot
Say
of
it in your
a whole lot
Jamaican
of
accent.
nothing.
DC Griffin? Can we ask
What's up?
Say it in
DC
your Jamaican accent.
DC?
So wait. Hello, y'all can hear me?
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
we can
Go
hear
ahead.
you,
Yeah,
Mark.
what's that? What's that, the DJ?
All right,
You got
so
a little bit.
About to bring up the center. G League.
Akovich.
Yeah, I know we was
so
due for.
DJ LaVan.
Go ahead, DJ.
first of all,
Steve
We get it ready.
and y'all gonna give my man a chance. That would be listen, and that would be your small ball center. You draft a
uh,
the reason why I don't want Clint Capella, who else they got out there? Jerry Allen,
cause
who else they got out there? All the non-stretch bigs, I don't want them because the league is changing from that. If you're a stretch big, I would start off fresh, but not really fresh. I would keep Cutler Mekovich in
oh
hand.
man.
Listen. Keep Cutler Mekovich. Draft a
Yeah,
center.
put the count.
We starting color. We starting color. DJ?
Oh, I
Go
gotta
ahead.
put him on the
DC.
big
Uh,
screen, Big Q.
Go ahead, DJ.
No, I would. No, listen. I would draft a center and let's build on that, and then
Hold
trade.
on. Hold on. You a draft the center even though you got Mekovic?
Because
Big Q, stop it. Big Q, let the man finish.
yeah.
Exactly.
All
You're
right.
being
So
condescending right now. Big Q, stop it.
if
Okay.
you're not gonna use EJ Liddell and Sebron and all them other ones, trade them. Najee Marshall probably gonna go or walk. So you try to trade to see what you could get for him, and then by all means go at that free agency. Now the draft is Wednesday. What are we? I mean, we don't have no assistant coach, no shooting coach, no nothing. So what are we doing from
Damn.
here?
No bullshit, huh, DJ? We don't got nothing. God damn.
Like again, I mean, not unless they gon' within these what we got today, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Not unless these last 3 days they gon' wake up and say, "Hey, we need an assistant coach. We need a shooting coach. Who on the line?"
I mean,
So
we should find out when they're doing the interviews. One of us need to go.
I'm asking all type of questions. Me.
It's gonna be a one hitter quitter. You get in there, you ask the wrong question, you ain't gonna be able to get back out. I'm telling you, man. You can't, man. Listen. Remember we talked about that? We said about it wasn't a issue that they released the story about the contracts being right after the day after the regular season ended. The report came out, and then a day or so later, they David Griffin, and they had the end of the season or whatever it was. A couple of days later, they had the end of the season presses. Not one question was asked about, did you guys sign extensions of contracts?
Contract. Yeah.
Nope.
Not one thing. And it hadn't been no follow-up article since that either.
Nope.
You know, so, but I'm saying
we hear about everybody else's contract, but the ones with the Pelicans.
Shit crazy.
Which is really something to me, because that is public information. We know the players, we know how much they make and all that stuff. And I mean, even when Zion got his contract, when they were talking about everything, detailing what was in his contract and stuff, which was really something, but we still don't know what's in their contract. And then if a reporter asks about it, you get your media card revoked.
Well, you get a warning. You press on. They will, and that's the thing. And it's up to them. They can decide on whether or not to accept credentials or not. No, of course not.
They get rid of that pressure. So, or anything that's combative, goes against, where they got to really defend. They really get rid of anybody who does that.
Yeah, that's how monopolistic
reporters too.
Yeah, they play ball. I mean, they know how to play. That's how.
Yeah. So DJ,
hold on just a second, Don. Shout out to the fam, man. Tasha says, DC, I'm so impressed. She's talking about DC. Did the David Griffin thing. He used big words. So Tasha says she's impressed. He's a smart dude, man. It just, he got bad eyes. He can't read the screen. The screen be really tiny. You know, I think.
We should have a spelling contest.
We do that right after the tap off. Brother Dan says, Q, delete the stream. That's Michael Jackson, not David Griffin.
Oh, man.
Oh, wow.
That's a good one. That was a good one. That was good. Yeah, he do sound kind of Michael Jackson-ish right there. That wasn't David Griffin. The verbiage was David Griffin, but the sound was Michael Jackson. No, actually, Jamaican Michael Jackson. That's what it was. That was a little Caribbean in there.
I will not let you extrapolate on these benign allegations.
Hold up. DC Dan said that was not David Griffin. That was actually Michael Jackson. Now, you did have the words down, but the tone was Michael Jackson, not David Griffin. Do you have anything to say about that, sir?
It's completely unsubstantiated. I totally disagree. This is turning into a mockery. I came here to have a professional basketball discussion, but I see you people are grown up. So I'll talk to you later.
This is turning into a mockery.
DJ having a party. All right.
What's in your Jamaican voice?
My man be dead ass serious about all this bluffing.
Yeah, there you go. Spell the word, man. Spell the word.
You keep taking them off.
Oh, where I come from, we do not spell. To say is to spell. If you want me to spell a Cassie spell, go get the chicken.
What? Where they come from, they don't spell.
I got one for you, man.
H-U-M-A-N.
H-U-M-A-N.
He can tell, DC. I can tell.
S.
Don't spell where the hell you come from.
M-A-N-S. You got.
Oh, man. Yeah, DC, man, bro. I told the people, I said, you actually could read, but it's when the screen is small, you can't read the screen. I told the people that while you was clicked out.
Well, yeah, I've been podcasting on my phone, man. I can't see. I can't see on my phone.
Got the David Griffin glasses on?
No,
nah, I ain't got the David Griffin glasses on. But David Griffin, what the David Griffin glasses?
The Harry Potter joint.
Oh no, not the Harry Potter joint. I can read a Harry Potter book too, mother sucker. So don't pull out the 50 Cent memes. I actually can read the Harry Potter book. What's up, Tasha?
Tasha killing them in the chat. All right, Jay.
Tasha be cutting up in the chat, bro. Tasha always got something smart to say.
She be cutting
Can we have Wimby for BI?
What is good, Mother Tasha?
Actually, can we have Wimby for BI real quick?
We're
just gonna borrow.
Wimby for BI?
Yeah,
no.
Tell her we're gonna borrow him for a day. Just a day. We'll give him back.
We got to get to the finals and borrow them on one of them days. Got
to make
one
weekend.
day.
See, hey,
Make the most of Wemby.
JH15 got a question about the end of the stream, fam. Last question says, would you trade CJ and Nance for Saxton and John Collins? What y'all think?
Yes,
No.
yes.
No.
Before you could even finish the sentence, yes.
No.
Yes.
No?
CJ and Nance?
CJ shooting won't be replaced by Saxton. CJ's still a good shooter. So
I don't like John Collins.
Man, you got Jordan Hawkins. You got John Hawkins on the bench.
Game for real.
Jordan Hawkins on the bench.
I can't hear y'all. What you said, DC?
Sexton, I'm cool with.
Go ahead.
I mean, he
Let's
got a lot of dog in him, but I don't know. I just feel like there's better options out there, man. And plus, Danny Ainge, I don't know about Danny Ainge going for that. And plus, you got to think CJ and Nance. Look at their age. Sexton is the youngest guy in this bunch, so that might play against that.
Right, well, that's not really giving them nothing. That's not really giving them nothing. Yeah, that's not really giving them nothing.
Well, I'll answer the question as it was asked. Would you trade CJ and Nance for Saxton and Collins? In a heartbeat, I would. Soon as they say, "Would you trade CJ Saxton?" Complete trade accepted.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a no brainer. But like, I also agree with Lex.
I'd be turning around.
They wouldn't do that.
Sexton and Collins.
What you got against Collins? I'm starting to think you hate Collins.
Lex.
I mean, he's okay, but look, man.
Yeah, but
imagine him as Larry Nance. You wouldn't want him as Larry Nance.
Excuse me, man.
And he's bigger than that.
Like, look, mediocrity has been the foundation of this organization for a long time. Okay, as far as the mentality. So you have to excuse me if I'm like to the point where, hey, let's be like contenders. Now,
but I'm saying you still got BI to go pull off a trade and get a star player.
Right, yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. So what can if you did that, then it's like, okay, well, who can we trade them for to bring in the player that we really want? You see what I'm saying? Like,
you trade BI, Lex. You trade BI and go get the player you really want, and maybe one of those guys. Okay. Maybe one of them.
Dyson picks.
Right now, it's looking. You know what? I don't think we asked this question when everybody was on the panel, but in the situation that the Pelicans can't trade Brandon, what happens?
Oh, I feel like we're going to trade him.
You know what happened?
No.
52 million.
I'm saying
52 million.
Hey, so you think the Pelicans are gonna give him the contract?
Nah.
I mean, I don't think they would let him play it out, and I don't. That would be the smart thing to do. That's why I don't think they would do it. That's what you should do, but I think they'll sign him if they can't trade him, and then try and trade him. Like, even after watching everything the Bulls going through with Zach LaVine, I think we would do the exact same thing.
Do you feel like Brandon is in the same boat as Zach LaVine as far as his trade value?
No, but if he signs that contract, and let's say, for argument's sake, which I don't think he would, I think he would play a lot better. But if he signed that contract and he came out next year and he did what we saw at the end of the year, or let's say he played pretty good and then he continued to get hurt, yes, it would be just as bad as Zach LaVine, I think.
I want DeMar DeRozan.
Huh?
What? Oh Lord!
That was so random.
No, let me explain. Why you want DeMar DeRozan, bro?
You want an older BI?
Trying to tank us. No,
let the man explain it, bro. Why you want him? What's up? What you like? What's up with him? Like, what you think about him, DJ? Why DeMar DeRozan?
Because he's up there. I mean, he played for Toronto. He played for Chicago. I mean, he's a vet. He's like a taller Drew Holiday, pretty much.
Huh?
What? He's known for his defense. His stellar defense.
DeMar DeRozan, he plays solid defense.
But it ain't not a bad
Drew.
All right, so look, hit me out. Would you rather DeMar DeRozan or Dyson Daniels?
I mean, really? Is that?
I
I mean,
mean,
one of them ain't shy for shooting, and the other one is. So,
But
yeah,
no,
I
nah,
probably I probably
let,
take Demar.
You want a starter or a bench player?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because Demar is a starter. So, and Dyson's a bench player
You look fine with this.
who plays starter minutes.
Now the
You
money
know,
will
if
be a
he's
difference though.
hurt.
Your money will be different though. I mean, I think DeMar DeRozan making a hefty check.
Hey
Yeah,
DJ, you think him and Zion can play off each other good?
yeah, hell yeah.
the thing is, we need somebody who can shoot threes. Look, think of this situation like Giannis. Giannis has shooters around him. Like Zion, what he ranked number 2 as far as points in the paint behind Giannis. Okay, they top 2. They've been top 2 like every single year, with the exceptions of Zion not playing that one year, the whole season. So
And then you know what?
if you kind of compare it to that, Zion has to have shooters, man, to really maximize what he does, because that's what maximizes what Giannis does. He has shooters. And that's really the blueprint. If you ask me, that's a nice blueprint that the Pelicans can use on how to build this team.
And we need somebody to run that pick and roll well.
Yeah. But look at what Dame and Giannis did.
Even though I don't think that's a good fit, to be honest.
But you know what? It's way better than what Zion got.
Yeah.
It's killing it. I mean, that's a strong. It's not like the answers are not out there. It's kind of funny because you know how Griff was talking to Gentry, telling him he gave him the blueprint. Well, dude, around the league, especially the Bucks, they got the blueprint. You ain't learning from them. Really, you ain't learning from nobody because you too busy trying to control the situation too much. But the thing is, you can't have the best of both worlds. You can't do that, man. You gotta take your stop having your hand in everything and do this thing like this. All the resources are out here, but if you ain't using the resources correctly or you ain't using them at all, you know that's what the problem is. It's not like the blueprint ain't out here. I mean, that's just like with the physical therapist and really just everything. You know, you have to delegate and you have to allow these people to do their jobs. And then you got to get the right people, you know, to build a solid system. But I mean, the thing is that yeah, the Bucks, I mean, Zion is very strong on the inside. He's dominant on the inside. We've seen that can't nobody stop him. He's able to play over height and everything. So I mean, like I said, the blueprint's there, man. It's there. You know, you just have to use it.
Say Lex, I want to tell you something. David Griffin said Zion is a supercharged Draymond Green, so he gonna build off that blueprint and just get rid of everything you just said, even though it makes all the sense in the world.
No,
He's a
no, you
supercharged
know what?
Draymond Green.
But you know what though? That's really sad because the thing is, he's yet to come out. Look, we talk about it all the time that you know the team is building around Zion. Has Griff said that yet? He said it for Drew, but did he say that for Zion?
Nope. He
Everybody
said
else is talking about it.
he said if you look at how the league is
Well, he
orchestrated
got to
now,
trade Bi first before he
it's
could
not
say it.
just one player; it's multiple stars.
Yeah, that's what he said. But he's yet to actually, but he needs to say it whoever is on the team, though. That's what the problem is. That's why we've been talking about how off the hierarchy was, because it's like, dude, why are you gonna come out and say this is Drew Holiday's team, but you've yet to come out since he's left, which was what, umpteen years ago? I mean, he still hasn't made that clear. I think that's why Brandon's been so lost. You know, all this stuff is not clear. All this stuff is coming back to haunt you because you're not making it clear. You keep on beating around the bush and basically having people on a goose chase instead of coming out and establishing that stuff, because it makes no sense for everybody else to say that, but the person who needs to say it is not saying it.
Yeah, it's man, we got a
I don't
lot,
want to
man.
put all that pressure on my star player.
But he needs it though, DC. That's what the problem is that he had that pressure coming out of college. He came out of college with that
Right.
pressure. And the thing is, they rescinded that pressure. They were like, "No, we don't want you to be the savior of the team. We don't want to put that all on you and all that stuff." It's like, dude, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. He is the number 1 draft pick. Pressure comes with being the number 1 draft pick.
Yep.
Henceforth, that's what killed Anthony Bennett's career. You helped kill his career because you put that tag on him. Pressure comes with being the number 1 pick. That's it.
Zion love that shit. He say he love that shit.
Yeah, but they took it away from him. And then now you got people saying, "Oh, Zion's being baby." You know what? He didn't do that by himself, y'all. He didn't do that by himself. The organization did that.
Mm-hmm.
You don't come in at 18 or 19 and you know what's going on. Tell me one person who did that in any era. Who came in, they knew what was going on.
Nobody.
Magic Johnson.
Why? Because he won championship. But
he already had
look at the leadership though, DC. Look at the leadership.
Kareem.
Right.
Yeah. Right. They embraced him. They got around him.
They put pressure on him though. They sure didn't leave him unpressured. Put him in a pressure cooker.
Hey, and you know what? Hey, pressure does one or two things. You either rise to the occasion or But the thing is, you have to apply the pressure first. The pressure has to be applied. It can't not be applied.
Yeah. Y'all, great points there, y'all. We're gonna get ready to end the stream on that. Listen, man. Great broadcast today, man. I hope y'all had fun. It was almost 3.5 hours worth of good, passionate discussion about the Pelicans, and we had some stuff going on. We had a lot of solutions-oriented points to talk about with the Pelicans, man. But all to know what's going on, you got to point it out, and a lot of people have to understand that the Pelicans, they got to step it up, man. It's a lot. You talk about pressure. The Western Conference is getting better. The Southwest is probably going to be the most difficult division in all of basketball, potentially. You got the draft coming up in a few days, and I put up a poll in the chat to the family members to chime in on is do the Pels trade BI before the NBA draft? And 69% of the people, 70%, I think DC just voted. So okay, there you go. That's what happened.
Maybe you got one on draft night. Is that the same thing? Because they could possibly trade him on draft night.
Yeah.
You say
I could see him trading them on that day, but not before.
No, DC. It's do the Pels trade before the NBA draft? That's the question.
But that is considered before if you
hell no. It'd be on draft night or after.
Well, before they made the 21st pick?
Right, that's before. The pick is before. Before they pick is considered before.
I don't think so.
Well,
it's not your draft until you pick.
I mean, the draft started at like 7:00, so after 7:00.
Yeah, but it's not your draft until you pick.
You can't say before.
It's not your draft until you pick.
DC don't understand the question, fam. DC don't understand it, but it's okay for those we get.
I understand it. Once the draft starts, when you hear that music, the draft has started. So it ain't before the draft.
Excuse me, DC. Can I finish reading?
Oh my goodness.
Well, I tell you, man, DC he's standing in that hallway, bro, cutting up, tap dancing and every damn thing. All right,
That's right. I don't know how to act because I didn't learn how to read, like Tasha said. Yeah.
Now she wants you to spell it out. Spell
Been
it.
taking hooks on phonics all week. I don't know how to act now.
But now I think so. They said the poll says they saying it's gonna be before, right?
Yes.
Right. Remember, that's basically what I was saying. Like, because I feel like everybody been making their moves so far. It's been heating up. I feel like we're gonna make it before because we probably. I don't know. I got a feeling we might end up trading that 21st pick.
Who's making the trade?
They got so many
us, but I'm saying
potential
like,
bigs, man. It'll be foolish to trade it. I think we
I
need to
feel you.
use it
I feel
unless
you.
we
I
trade
feel you.
up.
But it just depends what we get. We just might be getting Trae Young, and that's we know how we feel about that. We want to make that shit happen.
Well,
So
yeah,
if
if you
that's
get Trey Young, don't
if
worry
that's
about
what it
center
is, right?
later.
You know what I'm saying? So if that's what it is, then shit, that's the move we make. But so I think it might be before the draft, man. Yeah, ain't no shit. I mean,
So you gonna vote?
I'm
What you
gonna
vote, Don?
take from your book, Don.
What you gonna do, Don? You gonna vote?
Low expectation.
yeah, he said, Lord, before. But look, see, my before the draft is a little different from DC's. See, my before the draft is before we draft.
Well, I mean, according to how you understand
Peace
the
out,
question,
504 Doc.
it's
And yo,
72%.
peace out, y'all.
DC, can I finish reading the question, sir? Thank you. All right, so do the Pelicans trade?
All right, go ahead, Q. Read your poll again. Go ahead.
Oh, I got the tap dancing on.
Hey, Lex.
DC cut the rug.
That's the wrong music, Lex.
Hey, Lex.
You gotta have some hi-hats in there. That's the wrong music.
DC got the fucking old. We want you to see his ankles.
I couldn't hold it. I was trying to
Y'all
give you the
see
hi-hat.
If y'all see my dog DC cutting the rug, man, he got his jeans rolled up so you can see his ankles. There you
Boy,
go.
what you from? You from 1968? That boy talking about cutting rugs around here, man. Cutting a rug.
Man, DC,
You
man,
gotta
like
level up, Lex.
good
You be
job, man.
showing your age, bro. You at least about 65. I'm cutting the rug.
Oh man. All right, so
That
anyway,
definitely couldn't be you because you would be Gregory Hines. If that's me tap
So
dancing,
read it.
you are Gregory Hines, sir.
So read it one more time, Big Q. Go ahead.
all right, do the Pels trade BI before the NBA draft?
Yeah.
Okay, you said NBA draft. No.
Before the NBA draft, that's the question.
Yeah,
Do
NBA draft is the key, though.
before the draft.
Yeah. No.
Okay, so you say yeah, Don?
Yeah.
Okay, he says yes. Okay. 72% of the family members say no, they don't trade him before the draft. And 28% says yes. So after the draft, when the draft is all done,
and there you got it.
They do though.
Your low percentage wins when it comes to the Pelicans. Yep.
DC guys, we go, bro.
That's how it's been for us. Everything that we be saying be wrong. When we according to the whole fan base, we gonna do this, we gonna do that, you know, and be the opposite.
But yeah,
so you taking the reverse psychology,
right? Remember, low expectations, Lex. Low, so the numbers.
That's why I put before. That's why I said no.
That's why you say yes.
Low expectation thing going on, right?
Okay, I feel what you're saying. I got you.
like shoot. Look, I feel like more names are gonna be coming off the board, man, and the Pelicans are not gonna be up in that mix. Because again, like that's one thing that's been consistent. They've been delayed, man. They've been delayed in their actions and their decision making and just making these trades and stuff. So
it must around be a trade as soon as we get off the chat or something.
I mean, they haven't even replaced some of the staff on the coaching staff. And they haven't made Bryson Graham officially the GM, right?
That's all gonna happen in one day. They're gonna let you know.
Wait, stop.
Okay. But you see what I'm saying?
That's why they saving it.
And the Pelicans lost a trainer.
Uh,
That was Zion's trainer, right? They
Right.
haven't replaced
That's right.
trainer.
They said assistant. I think that was his assistant.
Yes, she
But like,
hasn't been replaced.
but hold on. So I was thinking like,
that's how I knew it wasn't me. Tasha, his ankle's too ashy.
so it wasn't like that.
That was
I'm thinking that's
definitely.
not like his main assist, his main trainer. I don't know.
That
Boy, I don't look nothing like that. He look like a he look
DC.
like a Down syndrome Drake.
Oh
Don't look
man.
nothing like that,
Always say
Oh man.
that.
Shoot that
DC a natural born hater, man.
ooh, ooh.
man. I'm just telling the
I'm
truth.
glad to check out One Love,
I don't
honey.
look like that.
He talking about down. So go ahead, yeah.
That's what he look like.
That's
Like
messed up,
Drake
bro.
if it was missing a chromosome.
Oh man.
Like he missing. Oh, you know what? That's it, DC. Shame
Come
on
on,
you,
man.
bro.
Come on, man. I don't look
Look,
nothing like that,
Mother
man.
Tasha wants
There
you
he
to see
is.
your ankles,
Look, there he
mommy.
is. Put him up
Stop
there.
it.
Show the picture side
Stop
There
by
you go.
it.
side.
Stop it. Don't look nothing
Oh
like
yeah,
that,
that's
man.
you.
We do island shirts around here. See?
Yeah, that's
I can't
Hey,
DC.
tell him.
put the hat
We
on.
do
That's
Put
island
the hat
DC.
on,
shirts.
DC.
That's DC.
Put the hat on put the hat on, please. Put
There
Man.
you go,
the
DC.
Pelicans hat on.
It's like twins, man. You
Come on, man. Oh wow.
Yeah.
You think all light skinned people look alike. That's your problem.
Oh
With the
man.
You think
dread.
all light skinned people look alike, man. Anybody with
Oh,
dreads,
the DC
they
got the
must be related.
Hat
DC got the
on.
full beard
Put your
too.
hat
DC
on,
got the full
DC.
beard too.
Look, check him out. Yeah,
Jamaican
He
yeah.
got the
Jesus.
full beard. Yeah.
Yeah. Mine stay clean though.
The Jamaican
Mine stay
Jesus.
clean.
Your hat,
Man,
DC.
they look like they found that man under I-10, bro.
Smile a little
Under
bit, DC.
I-10 right
You
there
got
off
a good
Calio, man. They don't look
Go
nothing like me,
ahead,
man.
man.
oh,
Hey, go ahead.
Y'all need to stop that. I want never tap dancing for change under I-10, dog.
y'all both need to hit some sun.
I've been in the sun all day. Lex, goddamn, you don't see how red I
Yeah. He said
And
stop
Oh,
playing on the eye.
Jamaican Jesus. There you go.
am.
no, no
Oh,
sunscreen.
I'm done, man. I'm done. I'm about to get up out of here, man. That got me. That done it right there. All right, DC snapping on himself, man. DC, you know that's you, boy. Cut it out, man. Got
You
all.
need your hat, DC.
Come at him.
Come on, get a black
hey, hey,
jacket.
Lex, that's how I know it ain't too. That's how I know it ain't me. I can't even fit no ass. I got too much hair.
Yeah,
That
Oh,
don't even fit no more.
You
man,
need
they
to
got
get
they
that.
got extra size hats you can wear, man.
That's how I know it ain't me.
Man, they got
My hair too big.
him and the dude from
what?
Shot.
Right. Come on, bro. Oh, don't need to bring up the dude from Shotters, man. That's DC 100% there.
Now you just mad because you can't get an NBA coaching job no more, Mark.
Hold on, DC. Hold on. I'm gonna bring it up. The other man said, "Oh, we're gonna
Uh,
bring it."
You've been bitter since the Warriors, bro. Stop it.
Bring him
And
Shot.
they kicked you off ABC in the final
movie
too.
with
I was
I
mad as hell watching the finals. They couldn't hear
that one
I
"Mama,
movie
got
there
with
go that
Jaden.
man again."
Oh,
You doing
hey,
voiceovers or something,
You like
Lex?
what's
Mark
up,
Jackson?
DC?
Oh, that's Mark Jackson, man.
Tommy, and who played with the
Good
comedian
DC,
Tommy.
man. DC, what you about to do, brother? What you do? DC, where you going, bro?
Mama, there
DC,
goes that man again.
DC,
That
we
big
gonna have
dude.
some raw business here, man. Like, we got to get on out of here, man.
Hey, what's that movie with Tommy? That dude that was tap dancing with Tommy in that movie with one of the Wayans brothers. Y'all remember that movie? I can't think of the name.
Tom.
What you talking
Bamboozle.
about?
Is it Bamboozle?
Bamboozle.
Mm.
Let's
Oh
be way deep in the archives, huh?
No.
no.
Hey, that dude right
Mm.
there. Hey, y'all might as well be triplets.
Who?
The dude that was up in there with Tommy Lee, the comedian.
Tommy Lee. The
Is
dude
that
who
him?
used to date Pamela Anderson. That's a white boy. Lex, what you talking
No,
about? Tommy
no,
Lee.
no. I'm gonna get it, man. I'm gonna get it and send it to Big Q. He gonna know what I'm talking about.
Put it up there. I'll put maybe the next show. I'm gonna remember to put it up. I'm gonna have to.
Yeah.
The DC
I'm coming with a PowerPoint presentation next time. I'm sick of this.
You can do.
Hey, Big Q, go back and make sure you snap a picture of DC when he just showed himself, so you can put
that no more.
side by side.
He won't do that no more. He ain't gonna do that no more. He's talking about he gonna make fun of that brother himself dancing up there, brother. He ain't doing nothing. Ain't hurt nobody dancing. He just minding this business, dancing, trying to entertain people. And there go DC's talking about the man. But it looked like they just pull him from up on the call the man homeless. That basically what he call a man homeless.
Oh man.
DC a cool character, bro. Like they said, that's some diabolical work you got there, DC, bro. That's some diabolical work you just said.
It was the fade that had DC.
What happened? I didn't hear you, man. All these negative allegations. I tuned out for a second.
You called yourself and said that you look like you was living under I-10.
Oh, I could never. Got too much ambition. I go live in a coconut tree before I go live under I-10.
Oh, this guy here.
Look, he out there tap dance. That's his hustle. He out there tap dancing for the change.
He played good talk.
504 Dye say they did the clean up on the Claiborne Bridge.
Hey, Big Q, his name is Savion Glover.
Savion Glover.
Yeah, Savion Glover.
Right, Savion.
Y'all just think all light-skinned people look alike, man. Y'all got a problem. Y'all racist.
Oh,
you the one said the man don't.
If I cut my hair, then y'all gonna talk I look like Steph Curry. Next, if I cut my hair off,
DC literally
think all light-skinned people look alike.
DC literally said on the last show that guy don't look like me. I'm darker than that guy.
He don't look like me.
That dude was the same color as DC.
He's not the same color as me. And the melanin low. That's why he look ashy like that and dusty.
I give up, man. I'm done.
You guys think DC
I'm
looks
done.
like that guy?
I give up, man. I can't. We're gonna get on up out of here, man. Listen, I appreciate everybody for chiming in.
That's why they fired your ass from the Warriors, right there. It's this type of stuff right here.
Okay.
Hey, Big Q the next. Hey, Big Q.
You gotta force your beliefs on everybody. That's the problem.
Hey, Big Q the next. Big Q the next show on draft day.
Probably. Well, we'll see.
Yeah, probably. So we gonna do one before that.
We'll see, bro. Because I'm gonna have to check my schedule to see how it works. But yeah, bro, I'm gonna try it. I'm really gonna try, Don. I'm gonna try to get it going and see where everybody's schedule lining up and everything, and we'll go from there. But listen, fam, we're gonna get ready to get on this. Listen, I appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all for hanging out with us. Listen, y'all hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. By all means, feel free to share the show on your social media feed, man. We up in this thing. PPR represent. Much love to everybody. DJ, you wanna peace us out before we go, brother?
Hey, yo, what's going on? Shit. Down.
Oh wow.
If anybody talk about your Pelicans,
if anybody talk about our Pelicans, you tell them in New Orleans Pelicans accent to get the flock out there and go flock.
Shout out to Carlo.
Hey, Big Q, call me, bro. I need to talk to you about something.
What? Okay. All right. Thank y'all, man. Appreciate y'all. Much love. And go Pelicans.
Show us the edge, the chip on the shoulders, the fight and the passion that comes from within. Try to win on every level, yeah. Expectations high, gotta show 'em you can fly. Play harder, better, smarter, baby. Put the league on notice. Show me the edge, play with the edge, show me the edge, play with the edge, show me the edge, show me the edge, yeah. Whoa, and see the walk of shame enough. Wanna see the walk of winning time to come up.
the Pelicans Postgame Report on the PRO Media Network for all things Pelicans.
TheWhoThatDaily.com. That's right, TheWhoThatDaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, LSU Tigers, even the top flight boxing news. So if you're a Who That and you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, TheWhoThatDaily.com is your site. TheWhoThatDaily.com for the sport Who That in all of us. That's right, the Pro Shop is the platform store where you can go and buy all the latest merch to support the platform. Available at the Pro Shops, we have dozens of hundreds of products available for you and your family. Unisex tees for men and women, hoodies and sweatshirts, tank tops, kids and baby items, long sleeve tees, mugs, pillows, wall art, bath bedding, face masks, phone cases, stickers, bags, fanny packs, socks, hats, and many other items. Please feel free to check out the Pro Shops. The link is in the description section below. And remember, it helps the platform continue to grow. Check out the Pro Shop and Who That too.